Touchdown. Good cracks at it for the Stampeders. Rudy on the run. Touchdown. Pee-wee Smith.
They have not won in their home stadium in more than a month and a half. Once their own private playpen, the Eskimos have watched the visitors run wild against them at Commonwealth Stadium. Doug Flutie leads a stirring comeback. The BC Lions, who had won only once, upset the Eskimos in the final seconds. The Hamilton Tiger Cats, traditionally doormats when they come here, rise up and hand the Eskimos a third straight loss at home. And tonight, the Eskimos must face one of the CFL's most ferocious defenses, owned by the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, who handed the Eskimos their worst loss of the season in Week 3. And they're led on offense by Michael Richardson, who leads a running game the Eskimos can only envy. How low can the Eskimos go? Ron Lancaster's job is to make sure his team doesn't find out. TSN presents the CFL Game of the Week. Tonight's game from Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton is brought to you by Pepsi. Gotta have it. It's a sensational October evening in Edmonton. A month ago, it was snowing here. Tonight, it's 24 degrees. Not much wind. Can the weather warm up the ice-cold Eskimos? We'll find out tonight. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Commonwealth Stadium. I'm Gord Miller. In this tale of two cities, these may indeed be the worst of times as far as the Edmonton Eskimos are concerned, at least since they moved to this stadium 15 seasons ago. Never before have they lost 3 straight games in their own park, at least since moving to Commonwealth Stadium. The last time the Eskimos lost 4 in a row, they missed the playoffs in 1971. It likely won't come to that this year, but fans in this city have high expectations, and right now, not being met. With more on tonight's game, let's hear from John Wells and Leif Pedersen.
No need to panic quite yet here in Edmonton. The Eskimos may have lost 4 of their last 5 games, but what do they have to do to get back on track? What does Tracy Ham have to do to get the offense rolling again?
You know, John, more than ever before in his career, I think Tracy Ham tonight has to be a leader. And what I mean by that is just to walk into the huddle with confidence, bark out the signals with confidence, no delay of game penalties, things like that. You know, this is a team that right now is filled with self-doubt. They're not sure how good they are. I mean, at the beginning, they knew they were good. Now, they're not quite so sure. So Tracy Ham is the fellow that can really lead them out of this tailspin.
Now, Blake Marshall will not play for the Edmonton Eskimos tonight, but Matt Dunnigan is back for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and the Bombers have to be happy about that because the offense sputtered a little bit over the last couple of weeks without Matthew playing.
Yeah, I think you're being kind saying it sputtered. It really has not functioned well at all, and I think the biggest problem that I've seen is they just haven't been able to find second and third receivers. And tonight, Matt Dunnigan reads defenses as well as any quarterback in the league, and that will not be a problem. When the primary receiver is covered, he can look to number 2 and 3 and move that offense a lot more efficiently than it has in the last few weeks without him.
The Bomber running game worked rather well last week without Dunnigan. The Bombers will try and get the passing game going against the Eskimos tonight. We'll continue live from Commonwealth Stadium with the TSN Game of the Week.
With cheese nibblers from McCain, the delicious, nutritious snack that satisfies your sudden hunger as only the taste of real cheese can.
We're having a snack attack!
McCain makes nibblers from cheddar, mozzarella, Montreal, marble cheese, and convenient single snacks and multi-packs. So when you feel a snack attack coming on, grab a McCain cheese nibbler. Now available in pizza and nachos.
A perfect night for football as the Eskimos host the Blue Bombers. Ron Lancaster's Eskimos have lost 3 straight at Commonwealth, and that has never happened before. That could be bad news for Winnipeg's Urban Bowman and the Bombers. The Eskimos will be a little snarly here at home tonight.
You know, it's funny, chatting with Urban Bowman this morning, he said when we first played them, Edmonton was 2-0. They were on a roll, and they were flat. Now they've lost 4 out of 5. He's a little nervous about facing his team tonight.
The Eskimo kickoff down near the 20-yard line and taken there by Lynn James. Penalty marker is down as James finds some room to the far side, and Sean Fleming is in on the tackle. Number 3, the Eskimo kicker. He had a pretty good stop last week against David Lucas of the Tiger Cats.
He was on the plays of the week as the best hit of the week, and obviously he's trying to get on there for week number 2.
They'll take this back a little ways. The referee in charge of proceedings at Commonwealth tonight, Ken Lazarick. And the Bombers will begin back near the 20.
Legal block, Winnipeg number 44, first down.
It's tough for the Bombers. They have not had any kind of return game on their kickoff return and punt return, so when they finally get a good one now, called back on the opening play with a penalty.
1st and 10, Blue Bombers beginning at the Winnipeg 20. Another marker goes down as Richardson takes the handoff or the pitch out and crosses the 25. Stopped by Lloyd Lewis and Larry Ruck. Up front for the Bombers, the giant guys at tackle, Walby and Gurrell. Inside, David Black and Bob Molly. And Dave Van Konitz is the center. Thompson and Pillow are the wideouts. Alphen and Griffo are the inside receivers at slot back. And the runners are Richardson and Hudson. Penalty is against the Eskimos. It'll be 1st and 5, Winnipeg. Matt Dunnigan missed the last 2 games. Back at the controls. The pitch goes to Richardson. Leroy Blue leading the Eskimo tacklers that time, number 89.
And Leroy Blue fought off a tough lead block by Warren Hudson to make a pretty good play. Boy, you know, this Edmonton defense is geared up. They saw what Michael Richardson did last week to Calgary, and you know they're committed tonight to try and make sure that doesn't happen to them.
A gain of 1 for Michael Richardson. This is 2nd and 4 for Dunnigan. Good fake by Dunnigan, and he'll be a little bit short of the first down, carrying that time Warren Hudson, number 37, and he ran into number 39, Willie Pless. Less than a yard to go. Urban Bowman has a decision to make early.
Well, boy, that's a big decision from inside your own 30-yard line against a defense that plays the run. Pretty tough. Urban the gambler.
He'll have to get across the 30-yard line. 3rd down, less than a yard to go. Markers are down, and we'll see where they spot the ball. Could be a penalty against the Bombers.
Well, the left side of the offensive line of Winnipeg moved early. Miles Gurrell is the left tackle, 66. And so that will cost the Winnipeg Blue Bombers obviously a first down, and Bob Cameron will have to come in and kick it away. Miles Gurrell, watch him, 66 on the left of your screen, gets a bit of a jump. There it is. Good call. So the initial drive of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers is stopped by a penalty, and they have to give it up.
Bob Cameron gets a crack at his first punt of the night. His season average, 42.9 yards. With partner Troy Westwood, the Bomber kicking department is quite likely the best in the league. For Cameron into a slight breeze. Henry Williams stopped by the first man down. Leading the Bomber tacklers, number 68, Nick Benjamin.
McGinn is on the return. Nick Benjamin downfield quickly.
2-yard return, 43-yard kick.
For the Bombers. No gain.
And the numbers for Tracy Ham so far this year, pretty impressive. 24 touchdown passes, 13 interceptions. Funny enough, a year ago at this time, same number of touchdowns, but only 8 interceptions. I wonder if on those 5 extra ones he's thrown this year, had he run the football, maybe it would have been different. Of course, hindsight 2020 always.
Always is. 1st and 10. Tracy Ham and the Eskimos. Brian Walling got the call, and he stopped at the line of scrimmage by Vaughn Booker, number 99.
No gain on the play.
Here's the way the Eskimo offense sets up for this one, with Chris Morris and Blake Dermott at the tackles, Randy Ambrosi and Pierre Verschel the guards, the veteran Rod Conniff at center. Outside, Henry Williams and Jim Sandusky. The inside receivers, Craig Ellis and Jay Christensen. That's a change. And the runners are 2 Canadians, Michael Souls and Brian Walling. No gain on the previous play. This is 2nd and 10. Direct snap. Ham got it away. Far side. Intended for Williams. It was low. And it's 2 and a kick for the Eskimos as Harper trots onto the field.
On the first series, pretty good pressure from that Winnipeg front 7. You know, they had 7 sacks last week against the Calgary Stampeders and Doug Flutie, and although they rank 7th in the league in total sacks with only 24 after 12 games, a pretty low total for that Winnipeg defense. The pressures that they put on quarterbacks, which can often mean more than sacks, have been right up there. They do put a lot of hands in quarterbacks' faces.
Glenn Harper standing back at the 27-yard line for his first punt of the night at Commonwealth. No play for Lynn James, far side of the field. So it's all even, but it's very early at Commonwealth in Edmonton. 2nd meeting of the season for the Eskimos and the Blue Bombers.
He'll tell you that he remembers Anna Circus first.
Wake up, hey Canada, wake up, today is on McCain Day.
What's the secret of McCain's rich-tasting juice? More oranges. McCain concentrates the juice of more oranges into every can. More than Minute Maid, more than Old South. So you have a special reason to buy McCain.
You bet I do.
It's like an extra squeeze of juice in every glass. So compared to Minute Maid and Old South, you have an extra reason to drink McCain.
You bet I do. Wake up to McCain.
Even with 2 Grey Cup rings, the thing most people talk about when they talk about Matt Dunnigan is injuries. He just missed 2 games with the Bombers, and we asked Matt just what exactly kept you out of the lineup.
What was wrong with me? Well, right knee, right ankle, right hand, left shoulder. Left shoulder kept me out. That was separated. They didn't want that to snowball into something more. At this point, I had 2 weeks rest. I feel good. I'm looking forward to competing here in Commonwealth Stadium against a fine football team who's probably very hungry for victory right now.
I would say that's an understatement. Lose 3 in a row at Commonwealth, and they are more than hungry for a win here, but good to see Matt back.
Bomber coach Urban Bowman told us he is 100%.
Well, he said that. I don't believe him, but, you know, Matt's the kind of quarterback that will probably never be able to play at 100%. He takes on a lot of tacklers when he runs with the football. He slides a little more than he used to, but I don't know, just the nature of his mentality of the game. I mean, he's the old adage. He's a linebacker in a quarterback's body, so very rarely will he ever play at full speed.
In all these years in the league, Matt Dunnigan does see an awful lot out there from his quarterbacking spot. This time the pitch goes to Richardson. Hit hard by Larry Ruck.
You know, in the Edmonton's 4 out of 5 losing streak here, you really can't fault this defense. The front 3 of Benny Goods, Rob Davidson, and Lloyd Lewis. I mean, that is as good as the 3 group right there. The linebacking core flawless. Pless and Ruck in the middle, Odom and Blue on the outside, and you know, this secondary I think ranks right up there with any in the league. So defense has not been a problem here in Edmonton.
5 yards for Michael Richardson. Here's a couple more as he gets the call again from Dunnigan. Looks like he'll be short of the first down again. Leroy Blue leading the Eskimo tacklers. And it could be decision time again for the Bombers. 3rd down, about a yard to go.
Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd and a long 1, Bombers. All at the 44-yard line.
And I don't think Bowman is going to I think this one is quite as good a gamble. Bob Cameron is in, and the Bombers will kick for the second time.
Well, his thought process has to be he's got a great kicker and a great defense. I mean, it's too early in the game to take a lot of unnecessary chances.
And what a great kick by Cameron, chasing the Giz. Henry Williams back inside the 10. And he's out to the 22-yard line. Bowman has an awful lot of respect for Henry Williams as a kick returner.
And so much so that he put a special tape together of all of Henry Williams' best punt returns and let his special teams have a look at that this week. He didn't put any of the bad ones on there where teams did a good job of tackling him. Just the real blaster returns that Williams can do just to try and psych his special teams up in their effort to shut him down tonight.
50-yard kick, 14-yard return. First and 10 for the Eskimos at the 22. Tracy Ham in some difficulty and down. Dropped at the 21-yard line. And the Bomber defense, 7 sacks last week against the Calgary Stampeders.
And of course their strategy will be to try and keep Tracy Ham in the pocket when he rolls out, and that is simply done by Michael Gray and Von Booker, the defensive ends, taking an outside leverage to not allow Tracy Ham to the outside. And of course, if he does get there, Lorenzo Baker, Greg Battle, James West, Paul Randolph, super group of linebackers can run him down.
2nd and 11, facing Ham over the middle, man open. It'll be a first down for the Eskimos. Sampson made the tackle on Jay Christensen, number 87. He gets a chance to start tonight.
I think it's a really interesting switch they made. Chris Armstrong was released. He had lots of speed, and they go to a really good medium receiver, the 12 to 16-yard hook type of receiver in Jay Christensen. He's had a 1,000-yard receiving year in BC, 6'3". He's a disciplined receiver. He's a good target, and I think it's a positive move for their offense.
And from the shotgun on 1st and 10, he missed his target that time. Williams was the intended receiver.
James West helping out as well.
Donald Smith was covering.
When you're a wide receiver running a hook pattern, the first thing you do is stop dead and work back to the quarterback. If you drift too far inside, sometimes you'll never be able to get it because the quarterback has a specific lane he wants to throw in, and that lane was to the outside. Williams just took it too far inside. 2nd and 10.
Ham to his right this time and throwing on the run. He has Sandusky. That'll be a first down, Edmonton. Sandusky forced out by Lorenzo Baker, number 3.
A 22-yard pickup on
I had a long chat with Jim Sandusky before the game, and he said when he works against Rod Hill, he works harder than against any other corner. Watch this. Stop. Go. And then stop, and that just takes Hill out of his rhythm, but really a disciplined technical pattern by there's the go, now stop again, and he's got Hill out of his backfield run. In fact, he falls down, and that's perfect execution.
1st and 10, Edmonton. Sideline pattern this time. It'll be another first down for the Eskimos as Jay Christensen has his 2nd reception of the night.
Daryl Sampson covering for the Bombers.
I think Tracy Ham's going to find out in a hurry, if he didn't at practice this week already, that Jay Christensen has some excellent hands and will come up with the big catch for him. And that was a nice effort, and they put a nice drive together here.
Again from the shotgun. Ham. Michael Souls met right at the line of scrimmage. By Kyle Hall, number 25.
And this is something the Winnipeg defense will do, whereas most others in the league don't. They bring their middle safety up to cover the receiver out of the backfield. Now, that's good sometimes like this, where he makes the hit right at the line of scrimmage. But the bad news is the middle of the field is open and vulnerable, and don't think Tracy Ham just filed that one away.
2nd and 10. The Eskimos at the Bomber 39. No score so far. Too high for Sandusky.
Tracy Ham oversees the intended receiver Jim Sandusky. Rod Hill covering.
The Eskimos move the ball, but the drive ends at the Winnipeg 40.
And the offensive line, and in particular Michael Souls, the running back, did a nice job to pick up the blitz. Ham had good sight lines downfield, and you see the frustrations because that was a pass he should have completed to Sandusky. Nevertheless, on a team that's struggling, I mean, that was a positive drive there. They moved the ball with some consistency, and you know, the worst thing that happens to them is they have Sean Fleming come in and try and give them an early lead.
3 first downs on the drive, and that'll give the Eskimos a chance for Sean Fleming, held by Harper.
Get in there.
And it's through. Sean Fleming is on a pretty good run. 1 for 1 so far tonight. And the Eskimos have the lead.
What if someone took a new look at beer? So instead of being heat pasteurized, it was cold filtered with the smooth, fresh taste of real draft beer in a bottle. Introducing Cold Filtered, the fast, genuine draft.
Welcome back to Commonwealth in Edmonton, where the Eskimos have jumped out in front of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers 3-0. 7:30 to go in the opening quarter. Pretty solid drive, and Sean Fleming hit from 46 yards away.
He has really improved in the last few weeks. It was a question mark, and in fact, you know, Ronnie Lancaster said, I think Sean's going to be a question mark the entire year. You know, he's a rookie, but well, I've seen him the last few weeks really get more confidence, and his stroke looks much more relaxed. He's doing a nice job, and he's making some pretty big hits on kickoffs, too.
That was his 19th field goal in 31 tries this season. He's hitting at about 60%, and that's pretty darn good for a rookie, I'd say. Not a bad average for a lot of kickers, 60%. Kickoff a little short, bouncing down near the 30. Taken there by Lynn James.
Sean Fleming.
And he was forced out by Jed Roberts.
James on the return. Way to work. Jed Roberts.
Early on in this football game, guys, Edmonton's been throwing a lot of defensive looks at the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. So this series, they're going to call in the huddle, check with me. Matt Dunnigan will then come to the line and call his play there and see what Edmonton is lining up like.
First and 10 Bombers, ball on their own 49-yard line.
On an 18-yard return, Winnipeg sets up at the 40-yard line, first down. Grifo, and he'll be close to a first down. Rob Grifo makes his first catch.
Grifo quickly. Trent Brown made the tackle.
Brown.
It's a good scheme for the Bombers. What they do is put 3 receivers up here. Now look at the hole here, big. Rob Grifo goes there. Trent Brown can't get over in time. That's a good read. I mean, only a veteran quarterback can understand that quickly and hit it, and that's why it's so valuable to have Matt Dunnigan back in the lineup. That's a scheme that's specifically designed to open up a hole for Grifo on the short side of the field.
Just a first down.
And just enough for the first down. Rob Grifo had 3 receptions for 40 yards last week. Between them, Larry Thompson, Gerald Alphin, and Frank Pillow had 0 receptions last week.
Yeah, not a good week for the receivers. You know, the conditions were absolutely horrendous to play in, though.
Larry Thompson flanks to the near side. Looks like a mix-up, and Dunnigan goes down. Benny Goods was right on top of Matt Dunnigan when he slipped.
Well, I think quite simply Mike Richardson lined up in the wrong spot because everybody's going left and Dunnigan's waiting to hand off, but Richardson just was lined up in the wrong spot, and unfortunately it becomes a terrible play.
Matt Dunnigan and Michael Richardson both went to the same university, Louisiana Tech. Dunnigan a few years before Richardson, who's only 22. This will be 2nd and 17. Well short of the first down.
Quick hitter to Michael Richardson.
But really,
Richardson carrying. Sorry, Lee.
Yeah, it's a good, smart play offensively. You know, you got second in a bunch. Really not a great deal of hope. You know, here's the soft area that Matt Dunnigan wants to get the throw into. And, you know, he's simply saying, hey, we've got too far to go. If Richardson can break a tackle or two and pick it up, fine. We get the first down. Worst thing that happens, we kick it away and play for field position. But, you know, that's a smart play by Dunnigan. Larry
Ruck and Trent Brown read it well, and Cameron is in to kick again. Bombers trailing 3-0. Cameron standing at his 35. Nice snap, no problem for the old quarterback, Henry Williams. Letting it bounce near the 20 and right to the 15. Penalty markers are down. Nowhere for Gizmo to run. 5:49 to play in the opening quarter. A 44-yard punt by Cameron. No return for the Giz. The Eskimos lead it 3-0.
You're playing Pick 3, the new daily lottery game from Alberta Lottery. If your family loves the taste of ripe, juicy fruit, make a little magic with McCain Fruit Punch. McCain makes frozen punch from real concentrated fruit juice, so you can really taste the fruit. Great with grapes. Outstanding with orange. McCain Punch, frozen and now ready to drink. You can taste the quality because you can taste the fruit.
Although man is composed of over 90% water, he doesn't have to feel wet. For effective, long-lasting protection against wetness and odor, use Arid Extra Dry Antiperspirant for Men. Dryness designed for men.
I don't think Brian McClare would have tried that.
Well, the best in soccer action from Europe. Join host Graham Leggett Saturday mornings for Soccer Saturday.
The scene last week in Winnipeg with the Bombers taking on the Calgary Stampeders. James West giving Doug Flutie a rough time. West, of course, is famous for that, and so in fact are the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, but the league takes a dim view of it. The officiating crew for this game was told this week to watch for it and call it. Ken Lazaruk and the staff talked about it in their pregame meeting and warned the Bombers that any taunting after the play would result in an objectionable conduct penalty against Winnipeg.
I think that's a good call.
Oh, so do I. I was just fed up watching that game last week, and to their credit, the league and the officiating staff have taken it into their own hands to say, hey, that's the end of it.
Well, the play's on or before the play, fine. But after it's over.
Good move by the league. That's great.
To Sandusky, near side on first down for the Eskimos. Sandusky away from one tackle. He'll have the first down. Nowhere to go after that, as he was forced out by Kyle Hall, number 25, the Bombers' safety.
I had a long chat with Jim Sandusky before the game tonight, a very interesting chat, and you know, he said to me, part of our problem is we just don't take the little things the defenses give us, and quite simply the hitch passes like he just caught right there. Rod Hill and Donald Smith will give you a lot of room, and he said we have to take that, so it's encouraging to see them throw it early in the game.
First down. And Ham goes to the other side for Henry Williams. Not much over there, maybe a yard, maybe two. Read by Donald Smith, the Bombers' right corner.
So far in the first quarter, the Winnipeg defense has not blitzed and brought nearly as many people as they did last week in Calgary, and often that's a fact that they know that Edmonton saw that film, and so they want to do something a little different. Maybe Edmonton's expecting blitz, so maybe not give them as much. I mean, certainly they'll come throughout the game, but early they haven't shown it.
Ham on second and long, rolling to his right. Sandusky has the first down. Across midfield, stopped by Rod Hill.
You know, we talk about the Blake Marshall not being in the lineup, and they lose some blocking power, but so far tonight, Brian Walling and Michael Souls have done a nice job. Good cut block to get Greg battled down by Mike Souls. That opens up a nice passing lane for Tracy Ham to hit Jim Sandusky. Walling had a great week last week, over 100 yards rushing.
First and 10. Eskimos at the Blue Bomber, 53. Edmonton leading 3-0. Ham to his right. He'll take off this time. Has about 4 yards. Before he was forced out by Michael Gray. Gray, an Eastern All-Star in 1989.
Ron Lancaster and I were talking this afternoon, and he said Michael Gray is playing as well as he has ever played. You know, he started off as Shenley Rookie of the Year. He had some good seasons. Then he seemed to really tail down a little bit throughout the middle of his career, but now he is back. He's feisty, he's mean out there, and he's playing as well as he ever has.
A gain of 2 for Ham. This is 2nd and 8, and Ham goes to the shotgun. Penalty markers are down. It'll be a procedure called. I would guess Christensen makes the catch. Inside the 40, stopped by Greg Battle. But there was some early movement, and Christensen might have got a head start. .339 to go in the opening quarter, with the Eskimos up by 3.
Offside. Winnipeg number 3 declined. First down, Edmonton.
Penalty against the Bombers, Lorenzo Baker.
Christensen with a 14-yard gain on the play.
Here comes Baker right up there, and he just jumps a little early, but I think you've seen the benefits of having a Jay Christensen in there already. He's made 3 nice catches here in the first quarter.
From the shotgun, Ham bobbles it, picks it up, and runs. He'll be close to the first down. Tracy Ham. Stopped by Greg Battle.
Now, this is what I talked about in the opening of our show tonight. Tracy Ham has to come out and really take this game into control by himself. And, you know, obviously that was a broken play with the fumbled snap, but you see how quickly he made that into a good play with his running ability. He pressures the line of scrimmage, and then good things start to happen for that Edmonton offense. And, you know, if he can be the true leader, the consummate leader tonight, and the confidence that he can display in the huddle, you know, they have a chance to really get themselves out of this tailspin.
3 touchdowns rushing for Tracy Ham. The total numbers are down a little bit from years past when he rushed for 1,000 yards a couple of times. Back-to-back seasons. Eskimos have controlled the ball very well in the first quarter.
Great opportunity to throw one here. I mean, they don't do it, but 2nd and inches. You know, I love that. You know, he would have. Ronnie Lancaster right there. He would have done that. He would have said,
free play, right?
He said, "It's a freebie here." But Ronnie Lancaster's a quarterback, and Tracy Hammond a quarterback were 2 different things. 2 totally different styles.
In 91, the Eskimos led in 13 offensive categories at this stage. They lead in 8 at this stage in 92. This is first down. And with time to throw, he looks to the end zone. Henry Williams, the intended receiver. The coverage from Donald Smith.
Donald Smith in on the coverage. Got the football
That's
down.
good, though, on first down. And what you try and do with this is just establish the fact that you will try and go deep against this secondary. And regardless of whether you complete it, obviously you'd love to have the touchdown. But, you know, you send a message to that defense saying, hey, we're going to try and get the deep one on you. And what that does is loosen up the coverage.
2nd and 10, Eskimos at the Bomber 26. Again from the shotgun. Ham surrounded. He escaped. He has room for the first down. He has room for the touchdown. 26 yards. Tracy Ham's 4th touchdown of the season along the ground.
And this is the exact spark and the injection of life that the Edmonton Eskimos needed. I mean, here's Tracy Ham. I mean, he's in all kinds of trouble. He somehow gets free, and then the opening is there. He takes it. He gets it in with his tremendous speed. He doesn't even look like he's running hard. He's such a great gliding runner.
Sean Fleming made it 10-0, but there was a marker down on the convert. 1:50 to go in the opening quarter. And that's a little more like the Eskimo fire we've come to expect.
Well, this deserves another look, and Tracy Ham, this is really vintage Ham, because he is trapped. The pocket collapses slowly. Lorenzo Baker from the outside with the pressure, but wow, how does he get away from Paul Randolph, 36? He does, and then it is clear sailing, and watch the glide in his stride. I mean, it's pretty to watch. So Tracy Ham has taken it upon himself. He's run the football effectively here in the first quarter, and he finds himself with a 10-0 lead.
It is another yellow Eskimos football into the end zone for
Eskimos after their 8th win of the season. They've been at 7 and holding for 3 weeks now. An impressive drive engineered by Tracy Ham. 81 yards in 9 plays. Almost 4 minutes off the clock, and Ham finished it off himself with an impressive 26-yard run. Ready for the Eskimo kickoff. Richardson is deep. And this is Larry Thompson. Check it, it's Lynn James, number 80.
Lynn James with a 19-yard return. Second, Jordan took them up.
Willie Pless leading the tacklers, a 19-yard return after a 66-yard kickoff. And here comes Matthew. Let's see what Dunnigan can do to respond.
Well, it's been obvious on his first few possessions. He's wanted to try and establish that running game with Michael Richardson, but now slowly finding himself down by 10 points, he's going to definitely have to open it up just a bit. I mean, it's lovely to say, hey, let's establish the run and then go to our play action, but now it's time to throw.
Pressure on Dunnigan as he fires over the middle. One bounce to Gerald Alphin, number 86. Ruck was there. Benny Goods was there. Standing right in front of Matt Dunnigan.
Pless and Ruck both having outstanding years, and there you see their numbers, and that is second and third respectively. The CFL in tackles.
Second and 10. Dunnigan, more time, this time. Alphin is open, can't make the catch. Enos Jackson, number 29. Stride for stride with Gerald Alphin.
And initially, Gerald Alphin was open on the post, but Enos Jackson able to close quickly, get the arm in and knock it away. That time, Matt Dunnigan with good protection, and he's looking all the way for Gerald Alphin. And Alphin in his fourth game with the Bombers now, but tremendous play to get that right arm in there by Enos Jackson. Timed it perfectly. Nice to see Gerald Alphin back in the league. He had some outstanding years with the Ottawa Rough Riders and was an All-Canadian before he left to try his luck in the National Football League for the past couple of years.
He's been away a while. Free agent with Dallas, had a little time with New Orleans as well. Cameron's kick, bouncing near the 30. Henry Williams looks for room to the outside. There's a bit of a lane, and Williams has a man in front of him. There goes the Giz. Cameron slows him down. Finally forced out by Lorenzo Baker. "64 yards. Urban Bowman talked about getting to the Giz within 6 strides.
And it's Damian Lyons that has the key block on 25, Kyle Hall, and unfortunately you just don't see it there, but that allowed Williams to get around the corner, and then he is off and running. It doesn't take much for the Giz. Instant field position.
Jay Christensen leading the blockers there. And the Eskimos, after a 64-yard return, are set up at the Winnipeg 25. Edmonton leading 10-0. 27 seconds left to play in the opening quarter. Ham, good fake. Swinging it out of the backfield for Michael Soles. And Soles has a first down. Michael Gray putting the stop on Michael Soles.
Here's Ham back here now. Soles, little play action swing screen, get Chris Morris out front. Now watch Mike Gray though come from the end spot. He does a pretty good job to react to it and then try and run it down, but well executed swing screen to Michael Soles. And Tracy Ham's play selection tonight has been awesome.
First and 10 Eskimos at the Bomber 14. Brian Walling gets inside the 10. Lorenzo Baker standing over Walling after the game. The time has run out. You're watching the CFL on TSN, where the Eskimos lead the Bombers 10-0.
Are you ready for a challenge? Have a little fun and help others at the same time? Then join the thousands of people across the country who are riding to fight multiple sclerosis. The MS 150 Bike Tour. It's challenging, it's fun, and it's a great way to feel good about yourself. For more information, contact your local MS Society.
First quarter is over, and it was a tough one for the Blue Bombers. On the scoreboard, they're down by 10, but look at total yards. For the Eskimos, 146 compared to 17 for the Bombers. And in passing, 103 for Tracy Ham, who has the Eskimos set up in touchdown range once more. It'll be second down and 6 to go. The Eskimos at the Blue Bomber 10. Nowhere for Brian Walling. Or rather, Michael Souls, number 32.
That's a very unusual call on 2nd and 6 down and deep down in scoring range to bring in your short yardage offense against a team that I obviously feel is pretty tough to run against. To me, that's a pretty strange call. I don't know, as a receiver, I always felt that was like giving up. When 2nd and 6 in the red zone, you tried to run it. I don't know. That call is definitely open to debate.
They'll take the 3 from Sean Fleming, definitely. A chip shot for Fleming here. He's 2 for 2 on the night. And it's 13-0 for the Eskimos. So the 64-yard return by the Giz nets the Eskimos 3 points from Sean Fleming.
Yeah, and I think Urban Bowman's worst fears are being realized tonight. The fact that he was concerned with Edmonton losing 4 out of 5, especially 3 at home. He said, how come it has to be us coming in here to play them on the rebound? And that's certainly the case. The Eskimos have come out flying, and the Bombers offensively have been pretty flat. I think that first quarter they only had 11 offensive plays. That is a pretty low total.
The Eskimos have scored on their last 3 possessions, a couple of field goals and the touchdown. Here's Dunnigan with a first down now for Winnipeg at the 35. Richardson carried. Lloyd Lewis was there waiting, number 75. And Louis Pless was right there as well.
And that's why it's tough for Mike Richardson to run against this Edmonton team tonight. That front 3, Davidson, Goods, and Lloyd Lewis, they do so much slanting, and they're tough to get blocking angles on these guys. Well, I know Urban Bowman said it's easier to throw against them than run, yet the Bombers continuously try to run on first down.
2nd and 12. Dunnigan looks to throw this time. Pumps once, far side, too high. Intended for Alvin. Enos Jackson, number 29, covering for the Eskimos.
This is a throwback pattern that the Bombers love. Roll to the wide side and throw back to your slot back on the weak side. Now, Dunnigan was looking for the home run to Larry Thompson, and by the time he checked off to his second receiver, it was just too late.
Again, Bob Cameron is in. Dunnigan moves to the sidelines. Henry Williams took the last one back, 64 yards. Not a deep kick for Cameron this time. Williams draws a flag near the 32.
Bob Cameron with a 42-yard punt. The Giz losing about 4
Leon
yards.
Hatziano leading the Winnipeg tacklers upfield with 13-13 till halftime. The Bombers are already in a hole, down by 13.
A&P and Dominion would like to congratulate all of our Baseball Magic winners of a trip for 2 to Walt Disney World Resort, courtesy of Canadian Holidays. We would also like to congratulate other winners of a Texas Instruments electronic organizer, Mikassa's Arabella Dinnerware, Ryobi Workforce Power Tools, Dirt Devil Vacuums from Royal Appliance, Sunbeams, It's So Easy Gas Grill, Sega Genesis Video Game System from Irwin Toys, the Best of Tefal, or a Granite Pass Bicycle from Huffy.
CFL, it's my job to effectively manage the affairs of the league. I was given the chance to return to the CFL because of my solid business background. Given a choice, I came back for one reason.
CFL action.
This game's got it.
Commissioner does commercials now, and rather well.
Well, he's sold on the CFL. He was a good player. He's so far doing, I think, a pretty darn good job as commissioner. Been firefighting for most of the year, and now I'm sure Larry would tell you it's time to move onward and upward. And he has a vision, a plan, and hopefully the Board of Governors will let him have some leeway to implement it.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be able to put away his Smokey the Bear hat, not fight so many fires, and get on with the business of making the league successful. Leon Hatziano is the injured Blue Bomber.
Have a look and see if we can catch him in the middle of the screen. There's 44. He turns back and tries to make the tackle on Williamson. Geez, that's a tough one to try and figure out what happened. Shoulder, wrist.
Remember Leon back in 1988 when he picked up all those free air miles? He was a member of the Bomber 3 times, a member of the Bombers 3 times.
One more time now. He sticks the hand in. You know, that could be a dislocated thumb or something to that effect. North Toronto Collegiate, he's from in Toronto, which was my rival. I went to Northern Secondary just down the street, and that was our big rival, North Toronto. Thought you'd want to know that.
I remember those days. Well,
okay.
Not all that well. Gord?
All I can say is, John, way before my time, but the Eskimo offense has finally started to click here. Talking to some of the people on the sideline, they feel this might be as well as the Eskimo offense has played early since the first 4 weeks of the season. But there's a problem for the Eskimos, and that is the fourth quarter, where Edmonton has given up more than 35% of the points that it has surrendered this season. So it is 13-0 Edmonton, but it's really early.
Well, Gord, the reason why they're successful so far tonight is the fact that Tracy Ham is pressuring that line of scrimmage with the running. I mean, sure, he scored the great touchdown run, but he has run a couple of other times effectively, and that has really taken the sting out of the Winnipeg defense early.
Ron Lancaster remembers last week being up on the Hamilton Tiger Cats 25-9 in the fourth quarter, so he's going to be reminding everyone down there that this lead is definitely not enough against Matt Dunnigan and the Blue Bombers. Standings in the West look like this. The Eskimos 2 back of Calgary and Saskatchewan 2 back of Edmonton.
Well, Saskatchewan obviously looking at this game with great interest tonight. They host the Argonauts on Sunday afternoon at Taylor Field. In the East, pretty good race between Ottawa, Hamilton, and Winnipeg, and Toronto certainly not out of it by any stretch. But Ron Lancaster, for him, John, you mentioned last week, 25-9 in the fourth quarter. No lead will be too big for him tonight until the final seconds clicked off that clock.
He had a full head of blonde hair when he came back to coaching. Now there's a little gray in there. Seems to be a little more every week we see him. Bomber staff still attending to Leon Hatzianu.
It's really tough to try and guess what happened to Leon Hatziano right here. I know he sticks his left arm in there, and you know, sometimes maybe you get what they call a burner or something, like a pinched nerve up in the neck. But the arm goes in. Got sandwich in there, the elbow, the shoulder gets bent. Sure Gord Miller will find out for us as soon as he can, but it's a tough one.
Yeah, they've consulted with the Edmonton therapist as well, and the report from their sideline is Hatziano says he's very groggy and has some numbness. Now, of course, in that situation, they're not taking any chances, but according to the Eskimo people anyway, Hatziano is pretty incoherent out there right now, so they're not taking any chances. They'll send the card out for him and take him into the dressing room.
$13-0, the Eskimos leading the Blue Bombers. Did I get any coffee on you, Lee?
Just a little bit. Well, no question, I alluded to the fact that Tracy Ham makes things happen when he runs the football, and so far tonight, 5 carries for 38 yards. I mean, he has gone entire games where he hasn't had 5 carries, so I think obviously that is a very positive sign for the Edmonton Eskimos tonight.
I'm just mopping up a little bit. Spill a little coffee here, Leif.
Always said you were a non-athlete.
Only got a couple of drops on you.
Boy, Tracy Ham's touchdown was a thing of beauty, and it was really vintage Tracy Ham. He was bottled up, trapped. Paul Randolph, 36, looked like he had him, and then boom, from nowhere, he escapes the pressure and then glides into the end zone with the only touchdown of the game thus far. A couple of field goals by Sean Fleming. And the Eskimos comfortably in front, 13-0.
Hatziano heads to the training room, and the Eskimos are back on offense. The reverse to Henry Williams. Williams with room to the far side. He breezed by several Bomber defenders before Rod Hill got over to make the tackle. 26 yards for the Giz. You said the Eskimos had to get the ball to Giz a little more frequently.
Well, they sure do. I wasn't kind of counting on the reverse, but here he comes, and the key is to get the defensive end on the short side of the field. Michael Gray gets cut down right there, and then the Giz, with his tremendous speed, gets to the outside, and what a beautiful play that was.
26 yards the gain, and the Eskimos are set up 1st and 10 at the 35 of Winnipeg. Another flag goes down as Walling carries to the 30. Close to a 5-yard gain. Michael Gray was the first Blue Bomber to make contact.
James West took it up for the Bombers.
Now there's an injured Bomber, James West. 12:32 to play till halftime, and the Bombers running into a string of injuries here. James West in obvious pain down there. We'll check out the story in just a moment. The Eskimos leading 13-0. We're live at Commonwealth, where the Giz is putting on quite a show for Eskimo fans.
Blue Jays all the way. It's the Blue Jays album, Class of '92. Blue Jays all the way. Join the song, sing along. Yeah, 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 yeah. Blue Jays all the way. Breaking bats in the hot sun. We fought the Yankees and the Jays won. And then along came Joe. The Blue Jays album supports a great cause. With Robbie and Devo. Helping out Variety Club. Moving to T.O. You'll laugh. I hope it doesn't snow. You'll sing. Along came Big Bad Fashion Joe.
Well, we're out here having fun. And our Blue Jays are #1.
Pick up the Blue Jays album at Sam the Record Man, Sunrise, Discus, HMV, and Zellers. Or phone toll-free 1-800-363-JAYS using Visa, MasterCard, check, or money order.
James West has not played at Commonwealth for a couple of years. He's been on the injury list when the Bombers have been in town. Shaken up here on this play.
You can see, oh, he gets his own player, Paul Randolph, rolls into his lee, and the right knee just collapses. And looked as though James West just gave enough as the contact was made that he might have saved himself from a pretty bad injury. I'm sure you're going to see him back, but actually that was pretty good reaction from him to just go with the flow there and let his knee collapse and get out of the way.
Penalty against the Eskimos, and Edmonton moves back to the 45, 1st and 20. On a holding call. Good fake by Ham to buy some time. Sandusky has the catch, and he's very close to a first down. Rod Hill and Greg Battle making the tackle on Sandusky, but he's got almost 20 yards.
And this is designed. They go with the trips to the wide side, and they're expecting man-to-man weak side with a lot of field to work the in pattern into, and Rod Hill's laying off just enough that Sandusky is able to get inside and get the completion. So 1st and 20, they pick up 18.
Sandusky winning the matchup on the previous play. 2nd down, and Walling is stopped well short by Lorenzo Baker. We'll see where they spot the ball, but it'll be 3rd and about 2.
Michael Gray there to finish him off.
You know, you could talk of Blake Marshall not being in the lineup, and it's those situations that they really do miss him in because, you know, in short yardage, oftentimes a running back has to make his own yardage. There's just not enough blockers to block every defensive player, and that's where Blake Marshall is so effective. He can run over a guy like maybe Lorenzo Baker, but in this case, with Souls and Walling in there, they just can't do it, and they come up short.
Harper to hold. Fleming will have it spotted at the 35-yard line. It's a fake as Harper stands up and looks for someone to throw to. There was no one open.
Glenn Harper on the fake field goal.
Greg Battle. Getting to Glenn Harper.
Wrestle him down. Von Booker also in on the tackle and looks to be the injured ball player.
Well, I like the call. You know, with a 13-0 lead and you're deep in the other team's territory, I think the timing's pretty good on it. Give Greg Battle credit, though. He was KG old veteran. He was thinking, hey, this might be a pretty good time for the old fake, so he was not fooled, and that will go as a turnover against the Edmonton Eskimos. There's Battle. He would have nothing to do with it, and he ends up making the tackle.
Another injured Blue Bomber down near the 35. 11:10 to go till halftime. Vaughn Booker this time, number 99, who lines up at the right defensive end spot for the Bombers in his rookie season. Greg Battle making the previous play, an All-Canadian in 1990 and 91, defensive most valuable player in the 1990 Grey Cup.
It's funny how the wily old veterans, guys like Greg Battle, seem to always have a knack of coming up with the big play at the right time. And, you know, with a 13-0 disadvantage, I mean, that's a key play defensively. Now the offense comes out. They've had a lift. The defense has created a turnover. It's really time for them to try and get on track.
3 receivers, trips formation, far side of the field. Dunnigan went over the middle, looking for Warren Hudson.
Larry Ruck and Willie Pless are 2 of the finest inside linebackers you'll ever see in our game. And Larry Ruck has made the adjustment from the outside linebacking spot into the middle where Danny Bass played for so many years. And he was right there and read the screenplay. I mean, he is simply all over the field. Blitzes well, covers well. Heck, you know, already this year he's got an interception, 3 sacks, so you can't ask for much more.
Dunnigan good on 2 of 6 for 16 yards so far. It's another completion here, but he'll come up short of the first down on the reception made by Larry Thompson. Tackle made by Dwayne Odom.
Leaf, an interesting note on that fake field goal. Glenn Harper was supposed to roll to his right, but the Bombers lined up strong on that side, got upfield. He couldn't get there. When he rolled the other way, there was nobody home. Some of the Eskimo players on the field were yelling to take it off, but they didn't have time.
Well, he can run with the football. We saw him in Hamilton when the convert was blocked. He ran for a 2-point convert with some pretty good speed. And, well, you're right. Greg Battle shut that off on the way he wanted to go.
The Bombers have had the ball 6 times and kicked it away every time. Henry Williams. Another little opening for the Giz. And another fine return as he gets out near the 40.
Bob Cameron with a 50-yard punt.
15 yards on the return. Cameron a 50-yard punt.
Well, it doesn't take much for Henry Williams, and all the great returners will tell you, give me just the slightest of seams, and I'll break one for you. Here he runs into his own man. It's number 84, Michel Bourgeau.
Eskimos have it right back with 10-13 to go till the half. Edmonton leading 13-0. Tracy Ham begins this drive from his 39. Look to the near side. And look for Michael Souls. Craig Ellis, rather.
Bobby Evans covering for the Bombers.
Here's where I think the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are going to change their defense a little bit. They have Tracy Ham in a 2nd and 10, and for most of the time tonight, they haven't really brought a lot of people, and I think it's about time that the defense try to create something themselves. The offense is struggling, and this is a point in the game where I think the defense is going to start to come and try and create a little opportunity.
Ham from the shotgun, rolling to his right. And that one was deflected. Lorenzo Baker got a hand on it. Gordon?
We saw Rod Conniff get hurt last week, and now he's re-injured his left ankle and likely won't return tonight. They'll make another evaluation at halftime. But Conniff, the only player remaining from their 82 Grey Cup championship team, is not out there right now.
Well, he's a good one, and as a veteran on that offensive line, it's his responsibility to make a lot of calls in the blocking scheme. So when they lose him, they lose a lot.
Glenn Harper for the Eskimos at his 25. Just his 2nd punt. This one is an awful lot deeper. Back near the 20-yard line. Good coverage by Eskimos on special teams. Travis Oliver leading the tacklers. And there was nowhere for Lynn James to run. 53-yard punt, a 2-yard return. And the Bombers are hemmed deep inside their zone once more, trailing by 13.
A&P and Dominion would like to thank you for playing Baseball Magic. And congratulations to all our Baseball Magic winners of a trip for two to Walt Disney World Resort, courtesy of Canadian Holidays, a world of vacations. This week's features Majesta 16-roll bathroom tissue, Minute Maid frozen concentrated orange juice, and Maxwell House ground coffee. Baseball Magic exclusively at A&P or Dominion.
We talked to Blake Marshall about 4 weeks ago when you got hurt, Blake, and you didn't feel it was that serious. First of all, what is wrong with your shoulder?
I just damaged the nerve branching out into the arm, and it's had some serious side effects on the arm.
So you've lost some strength, and is there any idea when you'll be back?
I'd like to think last week I thought I'd be back this week, so I'm looking forward to being back next week, but we just got to play it day by day now.
Is this a result of your style? Might you change your style when you come back and maybe try not to stick your head in as much?
Oh, no, I couldn't play football any other way. I'm going to stick to my style and, make sure when I come back I'm 100% and can play my style of football at 100%.
The offense is playing well tonight. What's been the difference from the last few weeks?
They just seem to be executing. To get Tracy some time, Tracy's making some big plays, and the receivers are catching the ball tonight. That's a big difference.
Blake, thanks very much, and quick recovery.
Thanks, Corey.
Eskimo fullback Blake Marshall, guys.
Fourth game that Marshall has missed for the Eskimos.
Yeah, I think now they're in a situation where it's best to keep Blake out as long as he needs to make sure that he is 100% healthy come playoff time.
First and 10 for the Bombers at the 20. Richardson gets the call. Close to a 5-yard gain before Dwayne Odom made the tackle. Willie Pless also there, number 39.
Well, no question, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are adamant that they are going to try and run the football on first down against this Edmonton defense. They get pretty good yardage there, 5 yards.
Larry Thompson flanks to the near side for Winnipeg on 2nd and 5. Dunnigan, the quick pitch. Richardson again. This time he has the first down. Took a pretty good hit down there after gaining the first down by Trent Brown, number 28.
And there's no question Matt Dunnigan is a better quarterback when he is able to get the running game going, for the simple reason that, he's not a Kent Austin that likes to throw the ball 45, 50 times a game. He would like to throw the ball probably 30 times a game max, maybe 25. If he gets the running game going, then he can mix in his play-action passes. That's how they become effective.
Alfin made the catch, then lost the ball. No, they ruled it no catch. Alfin had his hands on the ball, and it squirted loose. Willie Pless, number 39, on Alfin.
Well, Gerald Alfin had some tremendous years with the Ottawa Rough Riders and spent a couple of years with the New Orleans Saints, about 1.5 years, and then became a free agent. Was at the Dallas Cowboy training camp this year, and he told me it was just kind of wrong place, wrong time. Thought he was good enough, but they just had a few people they weren't willing to let go. So good for us. We get him back in the CFL. He's an exciting player, awfully nice guy too.
I think Lloyd Lewis took a step a little too quickly. Penalty markers are down. 7:44 to go till halftime.
Edmonton, number 75.
Yeah, I think that was pretty easy one to call. See now, 2nd and 5, this becomes a much easier situation for Matt Dunnigan. Last time on 2nd and 5, they ran with the football, and sooner or later you're going to see him go to the play action, and that, of course, then puts all kinds of pressure on the inside linebackers, Pless and Ruck.
Trips formation, far side of the field. And Hudson got the call, number 37. That'll be a first down for the Bombers, only their 2nd of the night.
Tackled by Willie Pless.
Willie Pless in on the tackle for the Eskimos one more time.
First and 10, Winnipeg. Ball.
Often when you work against a 3-man line, there are bubbles. Here's a bubble here. Here's a bubble there. That's where they attack with Warren Hudson. When you play against a 3-man line, you try and run against the bubbles in the defense. And they did that, picked up a first down on 2nd and 5.
This is Michael Richardson. Penalty markers are down after a couple of yards for Richardson. Stopped by Benny Goods.
Benny Goods there to finish him off. Penalty marker down.
Leon Hatziano has a severely injured elbow, and the report from the Winnipeg doctors is that they will take him to hospital at halftime. The disorientation and nausea he suffered apparently was caused by the intense pain he was in, and they think it might be a fracture.
Marching the penalty off against the Blue Bombers. Little holding down there, Leifer. David Black, I believe, number 51.
That's tough. You know, when you're struggling, you're down by 13, and you're starting to get some kind of a drive going, and you get that holding call. It's just a killer.
1st and 20. Dunnigan got it away. About 11 yards on the play, but not quite enough. Larry Thompson made the catch. And guess who was there again? Willie Pless.
But that's the good news. When you're 1st and 20, you know, all you're thinking about is trying to get half of it back on 1st down and get the other half, of course, on 2nd down. They did that. They got about 12, so now 2nd and 8. Quarterback comparison, Tracy Ham off to a great start tonight. Matt Dunnigan, well, he simply hasn't thrown the football very much, but that's his style, too. He'd rather have a 50-50 split run to throw.
2nd and 8 for the Bombers. Dunnigan in trouble. He can't get away. Benny Goods was the first Eskimo there, followed by Dwayne Odom.
I guess this is one of the features that I really like about the Edmonton defense. I mean, that front seven is a tireless group. They just keep coming play after play, regardless of whether they get in and get the sacks on quarterbacks. That time they do with Benny Goods. But this front seven, there's Benny Goods there, and boy, Rob Davidson up front. They are just a tenacious group coming after the quarterback.
Cameron to kick again. The Eskimos in front 13-0. Bob Cameron standing back at his 16. Low snap this time. Just got it away. He draws a flag, roughing the kicker. And there's no return at the other end of the field for Henry Williams. 3-yard return, 40-yard punt. Another look.
Well, the question becomes now on a fumbled snap, did he leave his normal routine? And no, he didn't. He's trying to kick the ball all the way. He never tries to run with it. So if you don't get a piece of the football, it's going to be roughing the kicker. Now, is it contacting or roughing? That's the case.
That's what we'll wait for, is the official call from referee Ken Lazarick.
But the first thing Lazarick looks for is, did he leave his normal pattern? And it maybe looked like he was trying to run.
Kicker. Edmonton number 34, 10-yard penalty, 3rd down repeated.
Contacting the kicker.
Yeah, roughing is automatic, 1st down, contacting is 10.
So it is not a 1st down for the Bombers. We're staring at 3rd and big yardage. 3rd and 13. Cameron gets another shot at kicking. This time from the 27. And Williams gets another chance for a return. Not much more yardage that time. Benjamin leading the tacklers for the Bombers. Number 68. Brendan Rogers also there. 6-yard return, 37-yard punt. And the Eskimos set up near their 40-yard line as Tracy Ham leads the offense onto the field.
And it gives us the injured Eskimo on the play.
The injured Eskimo is Henry Williams. Hard-hitting ball game so far. 5:06 to go till halftime.
Well, you know, when you play against Winnipeg, you're going to get involved in a hard-hitting game. You know, the team that impresses me physically this year, too, is the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Boy, they have become a real physical group. Let's see if we can see what happened to Henry Williams here. He took a good shot initially from 68 Nick Benjamin. And often when you spin around and somebody's got a hold of your leg, that's when you can get into problems. There you see.
Brendan Rogers is in there.
Yeah,
so it's Greg Battle.
He's got a hold of Williams' leg just as the other tacklers arrive, and I'm just hoping that that's not the case.
What a great year he's had in this CFL season and through 6 years in Canadian football. Henry Williams with 16 career punt return touchdowns. That's a CFL record. 14 have been called back on Henry Williams.
That's amazing. I didn't realize that, but that would be 30. That's phenomenal.
Leon Hatziano shaken up for the Blue Bombers earlier, followed by James West, who's back in the ball game. Now the Eskimos have lost Henry Williams for a bit. Rod Conop shaken up earlier as well. Next week, doubleheader will follow the Eskimos into Skydome for a Saturday 7:30 Eastern start time. And then take you to British Columbia for the Lions and the Stampeders.
Doubleheader day on TSN next Saturday. Edmonton, Toronto, and then Calgary, BC.
Henry Williams still in pain, but moving under his own power as he heads to the Eskimo bench.
First and 10 Eskimos, ball at their own 38-yard line.
Filling in will be number 74, J.J. Celestine. He's flanked to the near side, and Williams' spot, Tracy Ham. One fake and swings it out far side from Michael Souls, met by Greg Battle.
Carroll Sampson with the original hit. Greg Battle down.
Sorry, John. It's a good call for Tracy Ham, this style of offense. There you see they got the guard Pierre Vercheval out in front, and you know, he makes an easy throw to Michael Souls. They get positive yardage, about 5 yards on the play, but if Ham gets and breaks containment, he has the option of then to run. I mean, that is the perfect style of offense for Tracy Ham.
Gain is 5 from the 43. Ham is in the shotgun. Fired over the middle. It was tipped and then caught. Jay Christensen. He's really made quite an impact already tonight.
And then hauled in by Jay Christensen.
Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Here comes Jay Christensen on his hook. Now, they want to hit Ellis here. Greg Battle will get the tip right there, and whose hands does it fall into? Watch Battle drop back into his deep zone. There he comes slowly back. Now watch the hand go up, the tip, and bingo. Who's there waiting for it but Jay Christensen?
Ellis actually fell down on the play. First down, Eskimos. Another marker is down as Walling tries the near side. Stretched out to a gain of around 3 yards.
Pushed out of bounds by Paul Randolph.
36, Paul Randolph was there. Williams being attended to by the Eskimo medical staff on the sidelines.
Offside, Winnipeg number 34. First down repeated.
It'll be Greg Battle, and that'll make it 1st and 5 for the Eskimos, leading 13-0.
First down, 5 yards to go for the Eskimos. Ball at the Winnipeg 47-yard line.
Number 74, J.J. Celestine, flanks to the near side. First down, Michael Souls. Paul Randolph made the stop on the Eskimo running back, number 32, Michael Souls.
Tackle for Winnipeg. An 8-yard gain on the play. First and 10 Eskimos.
The Gizmo has dinged his ribs, but the doctors have deemed that they're all right, and he will go back into the football game.
And that is good news. I do not like to see him sitting on the sidelines.
Another Eskimo first down, this time just inside the Bomber 40. Good fake by Ham. He finds a receiver. It's Sandusky. Great move by Sandusky to score. 39 yards. Sandusky found a way.
Little play action to freeze the linebackers, and then the hook to Sandusky. This is the 3rd time they've hit this pattern tonight. Call it a hook, call it in. He works into that open area, and then he takes off with some pretty nifty running right there to get by Kyle Hall and into the end zone. The Eskimos are hitting on all cylinders tonight.
20-0 Edmonton. Jim Sandusky's 8th touchdown reception this season.
And really a great call on 2nd and 5. The play action froze everybody, and that allowed Sandusky to have all kinds of room down here. downfield. He wasn't impeded by linebackers dropping back into the hook zone. The play action took care of that. The Edmonton Eskimo offense, which has struggled the past few weeks, is really a cohesive unit tonight.
Prizes like a table for 6 to the next. 2:42 to go till halftime, and the Eskimos have been explosive on offense.
All right, sir, we'll begin with the oral part of your driver's examination.
I'm ready.
You're traveling along a highway?
Along a highway, got it?
And your cellular phone rings.
And I hear it.
What do you do?
I pick it up and I say hello.
Wrong.
Oh.
You use your hand-free speaker because you need both hands to drive.
But you'd still say hello, right?
Well, sure you would, sir.
Yeah! I think I should get half points for that.
It's going to be a long day.
Make safety your driving concern. Use your speakerphone and keep both hands on the wheel. A message from the Canada Safety Council.
No, the play action not only freezes the linebackers and keeps them from getting into their pass drops, but also the defensive linemen. They're thinking run on 2nd and 5, and Tracy Ham crosses them up, and that is pretty.
26-26. Sandusky making a great move on Kyle Hall for his 8th touchdown of the season. For your free membership in the Double E team. Well, Sandusky working against Hill much of the night on the corner, I would guess, but he made the move on Hall to get into the end zone after the catch.
You know, in our conversation with Jimmy tonight, he said, you know, Rod Hill plays such an outside shade, meaning he gives away the inside, that's what I'm going to have to take on him, and boy, he has done that to perfection.
Bombers could use a big return from Lynn James. And he's out near the 50.
Lynn James with a 29-yard
One thing that's really been lacking in the Bombers over the last few years is a good special teams return game. 31 yards for James, number 80. And the Eskimo scoring drive. A quick one, 5 plays to cover 71 yards. Finished off by Ham to Sandusky for 39.
And with 2:32 remaining for Matt Dunnigan and his offense, I mean, I think it's crucial that they get some kind of momentum to take into the locker with them. They have had nothing going their way, and well, they need to get something on the board here to close out this first half.
Dunnigan looks deep on 1st and 10. Penalty markers are down, and rightly so. Frank Pillow was covered by Damian Lyons.
Pillow, felt like you were going to catch it.
And Pillow went down.
Well, as Damian Lyons cut underneath to try and make the play, he got his feet tangled up with Pillow, and boy, the Bombers needed desperately to have something good happen to him, and you don't like to have it with a penalty. At this point in the game, they'll take anything, but the penalty may, well, let's see now, maybe they bring it back, call it incidental contact.
Forward pass interference, Edmonton number 10, first down Winnipeg.
It'll be a first down, but not where the infraction took place.
There's the feet getting tangled up. No question of the infraction.
That was at the 25.
First down, 10 yards to go for
And the Bombers are closer to the 45 at the 47. But it is a first down, Winnipeg. Richardson. Penalty markers go down. Lloyd Lewis, the tackle on Richardson. Well, the Blue Jays are 1 win closer to clinching the East. And we'll catch up on all the highlights of a victory tonight over the Detroit Tigers when we check back into Toronto at halftime.
Major foul, unnecessary roughness, Edmonton number 10, first down Winnipeg.
Well, that could be costly. That's Damian Lyons, who was involved with Pillow just moments ago on the interference call.
And it didn't take long for Ron Lancaster to give Lyons the hook. Look at the kick right there. So he comes out. Travis Oliver, number 23, goes in. They're not going to put up with that.
Swing pass to Richardson. Slowed by the first man and surrounded by Leroy Blue as Jordan got there for the initial tackle.
Jordan moving up in his defensive back position to make the tackle get filled.
Stephen Jordan at the top of your screen. Now see his face. He's looking right into the backfield. So I'm going to let this go. When they throw the swing, boom, he is here right away. But see, he's a smart guy. He's looking into the backfield at the same time as covering his receiver. And when you have confidence, you can make that kind of play.
This is 2nd and 10 as Dunnigan stands in and fires. He'll have a first down. Rob Creefo, number 79.
Boy, and has he been a valuable guy to their offense this year? And a couple of catches tonight, 37 coming into this game. The favorite throwback play, roll to one side, throwback against the grain to your inside slot coming across the field. And very difficult for Enos Jackson to stay with Crefo all the way across that field. So Dunnigan, by the aid of a penalty, has got his team driving.
1st and 10, Winnipeg at the 15. Dunnigan pumps once, looks to the end zone. Touchdown! Gerald Alphen. Trent Brown covering. Alphen has his first touchdown of the season.
Well, the safety blitz is coming with Enos Jackson, and Trent Brown tries to come underneath. He gambles, and Alphen beats him on the deep one.
A little more quiet here at Commonwealth all of a sudden. Trey Westwood. And the point after is good. So the Bombers take advantage of a couple of Eskimo mistakes to move rather quickly into the end zone.
And there's no question by the defensive lineup that Matt Dunnigan is looking at that Enos Jackson right here is coming. Okay. He sees Trent Brown, the safety right here, cheating over. So that tells him Trent Brown is going to be on Alphen. Now watch, Dunnigan looks quickly. Brown cuts underneath, and then Alphen just zips over the top of him. Dunnigan kind of gives it a bit of a pump fake here. That freezes Brown right there. Boom, now he's dead. Let it go, Alphen over the top, and no way Trent Brown has the speed to react and get back into the play. But, you know, a veteran quarterback saw that. He was expecting it, and he knows from watching films that in crucial situations backed up, Edmonton more often than not likes to blitz a halfback. So he looks at their alignment. He sees Trent Brown cheating over just a little bit for a guy that usually plays in the middle of the field. He says, aha, I'm going to get a pretty good matchup with my guy Gerald Alphen, and they hit the touchdown.
5 plays, 71 yards, and a minute 1 for Dunnigan to hit Gerald Alphen. And Henry Williams back in the ball game, ready to take the kickoff. Partnered back there with Darryl Colbert, number 88. Bouncing kick this time. No play for the Giz, but Chris Johnstone carries. Stopped by Brendan Rogers. And pretty good field position again for the Eskimos. Johnstone, a 23-yard return.
John, you mentioned the Gizmo remains in the game, but moments ago on the sidelines he was throwing up, and they were concerned that he might have a concussion. He then grabbed the wrong helmet to go on the field, but he remains out there.
Own 47-yard line.
And he splits to the near side this time. Number 2, Henry Williams.
And Tracy Ham with a minute and 37. He's got plenty of time to get one here.
Got this pass away. Somehow it'll be a first down for the Eskimos. Markers go down. Christensen makes the catch.
Tracy Ham standing in there, gets away from Lorenza Baker.
Tracy Ham is nailed in the Eskimo backfield.
An 11-yard gain on the play. Greg Battle making the tackle. Kyle Hall helping out, but a penalty marker down.
Concerned teammates. Greg Ellis helping out his quarterback. 1:30 to go till halftime with the Eskimos in front 20-7 on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Some penalties to sort out here at Commonwealth.
Number 2, Edmonton. First down receiver.
Tom Mickey will come in. Here's another look.
What an effort to get that ball off to Jay Christensen over the middle. He's going down, and he still has the arm strength with Lorenza Baker hanging onto him to throw the football. And look at Baker. He's giving that knee a little twist on the way down, and that possibly could be the problem for Tracy Ham. I mean, I'm not discrediting Baker. He's just trying to get Ham down any way he can, but it looked as though the knee twisted a little bit as he was going to the turf.
Ham has been shaken up a couple of times this season. Missed one game. Tom Mickey came in relief. And Mickey won the game and also Player of the Week honors on offense in week number 7.
And those are pretty impressive numbers for a fellow that doesn't get to play a whole lot. So if he does come into the game, I mean, they don't lose. They lose running ability. There's no question about that. But as far as someone who can direct the offense, Tom Mickey's pretty good. Gord?
Yeah, Levi, that play happened about 15 yards away from me, and it really was Ham's own momentum. Baker didn't give him a twist, but Ham's momentum carried him back over, and that twisted his knee.
Well, I think the fact that he's up and walking kind of gingerly off the field, but under his own power, I'm sure we'll see him back. And he has had a good first half. Those are probably the best numbers that he's had in many, many a week.
Tom Mickey into the game for the Eskimos.
Penalty is against the Eskimos. It'll be 1st and 20 for Tom Mickey on his first sequence of the night. He'll operate from the shotgun. 3 receivers to the near side. Mickey is decked. Met by Paul Randolph. And one of the Eskimo blockers fell down coming out of the backfield.
And isn't it funny how the Winnipeg Blue Bombers drive down for a touchdown, and all of a sudden now the defense starts to come up and play a little tougher, and Paul Randolph jumped the block of Michael Souls. A great effort by him to, there you see it right in your screen, he jumps the block, and then Walling misses him, and Tom Mickey pays the price for those 2 missed blocks.
2nd and 27. Mickey a long way back and looking a long way upfield for the Giz. He made the catch at the 30. Henry Williams, 50 yards.
Donald Smith and the Gizmo had a little bit of contact right near the end of this play, but Tom Mickey's saying, hey, look, if this gets picked off, it's as good as a punt. So he lets it fly in hopes that Henry Williams can make a super catch. Smith falls down on the play, and who's there waiting for it is Henry the Gizmo Williams.
That was on 2nd and 27. Tracy Ham heads to the Eskimo locker room just prior to halftime. Meanwhile, Mickey at the controls for Sandusky. Halfway to a first down, stopped at the 25. Stopped by Rod Hill.
See, now all of a sudden with 40 seconds remaining, now Tom Mickey is thinking really offensively. Let's try and get this thing in for a touchdown. We got the big play that got us into scoring territory at the 25. Now, hey, let's go for it and try and get one.
Eskimos leading 20-7. 40 seconds to go to a half. Now counting it down. Shotgun. Here comes the blitz. Mickey steps up. Over the middle. Should have a first down. Craig Ellis, first catch of the night. And for Ellis, that's 114 consecutive games with at least 1 catch.
What a record that is. And now with the addition of Jay Christensen, I mean, they definitely have 2 inside guys that can read coverages exceptionally well. The hook zones will be a big area for Tom Mickey and Tracy Ham to attack with Craig Ellis and Jay Christensen. And I just think they're simply a better offensive team with Christensen in there.
Well, he's had a good night. He really has.
I believe that's the first catch for Craig Ellis tonight, and boy, nobody better than him at finding a soft spot in his own defense, and he is absolutely tremendous at it.
Tom Mickey is in for Tracy Ham, who's gone to the Eskimo dressing room. They'll assess his situation during halftime with 19 seconds till that moment now. Ellis makes his second catch, breaks 1 tackle. Craig Ellis scores! Number 8 for Craig Ellis. 8 touchdowns this season. Some great second efforts by the Eskimos tonight. Sandusky's touchdown and this one by Craig Ellis worth another look or 2.
Well, Mickey wanted to go downfield, but he saw that Ellis was open early and decided, heck, let's get it out to him. He's a former running back. Now, here's where those instincts take over. You know, really, he's a receiver first and now a running back second, and he did a great job to get into the end zone. Craig Ellis, he caught 2 in a row.
Eskimos in front by a bunch now.
The scheme here, this is kind of an interesting look at it, but J.J. Celestine here, he's going to drive off. Now here's Bobby Evans, he gets off. Ellis just kind of sneaks out here, but the key is he's open early, but Mickey wants to go deep and get the home run. He says, I can't do it. Celestine's not open. Let's go to my outlet, Craig Ellis. Now the fun starts. There's Kyle Hall coming over. Now the running back instincts take over, and Craig Ellis with a couple of shifty moves get into the end zone. And for Tom Mickey, what a nice way for him to come into the ball game. He gets a huge catch by Henry Williams, a couple of catches by Ellis, and he has a touchdown march under his belt. Got to be fun when you can come in and do that.
But these numbers, 4 for 4, 80 yards, Tom Mickey.
It's not all bad.
Not bad for a backup.
I like that stat for Craig Ellis, 115 consecutive games. What a record that is to be proud of.
Bombers running out of time, 5 seconds on the clock. As Odom makes the tackle, Andrew Martin on the return of 19 yards. Here's the drive by Tom Mickey. A minute 30 to cover 63 yards, 5 plays, and a 15-yard pass to Craig Ellis.
And it's such a fine line. You know, Donald Smith, the cornerback, if he doesn't fall down, he has a great chance to knock that ball away from Gizmo Williams, and maybe they punt and no touchdown is ever scored. The game within a game, it always occurs.
Into the final 4 seconds now. One last chance for Dunnigan. Can't get it away. And the ball comes loose. Lewis has it for the Eskimos. He's looking to the end zone, but he's not going to make it. Folks.
He ran over Warren Hudson. I mean, does he not think he's a fullback or what?
He could see 6 points written all over that fumble. The time ran out. Eskimos looking sharp against the Bombers, leading by 20 at the half.
We're back and hotter than ever. RCA Records presents more country heat. 15 great songs by today's hottest country artists, featuring Michelle Wright, Steve Wariner, John Anderson, Earl Thomas Conley, and Keith Whitley. More country heat. This year's hottest country collection. 15 hits, 15 superstars. Ham Tillis, Diamond Rio, and Prairie Oyster. More country heat. 15 hot hits on cassette and CD in stores now. Also, Country Heat the video with 7 top country stars.
Is it that time again? You guys sure do know how to find me. Is there no privacy? Well, how's it going? I'm DK Smith, and welcome to another edition of The Entertainers. As you can see, I'm sitting here getting mentally prepared for this ball game, which I'm not playing. The big toe is a no-go for this week's show, but that's okay. But we have a great one in store for you. We have from the West, we have Willie, the Terminator, I call him the Predator, Pless, against my very own teammates, the DBs, I call them Air Patrol, Donnie Wilson, Reggie Pleasant, Ed Berry, and Mr. Carl Brazeley, the best DBs in the league. Anyway, they're going to show you some other talents that they have. But first up, we have the Terminator.
How can I go on? Baby, I've been living on memories of you and me. All the love we made, all those tender nights and those endless days, they're all here inside. Baby, can you stop the rain from falling? Won't you chase my clouds away? I give anything to see the sun again. Only you can stop these tears from falling. I can't face another day. Baby, can you stop? Can you stop the rain? Whoa. Thanks.
Man, I'm back again. That was pretty fast. Great job, Willie. You are some fire, pal. I gotta let everybody know I call you Predator, because you seek and destroy. Hopefully next week you'll be out somewhere singing or doing whatever you're doing. Next up, I have my own teammates, the Air Patrol, or Boys to Men, or Argos to Men, whatever you want to call them. They're going to sing a little bit for you. Our DBs, the best in the league. Take it away, fellas.
Share with me the memories to be my sunshine after the rain. 'Cause it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
What? Yeah. Okay, fellas, just got a call. It's country and western that gets you voted around here. Country and western.
Country and western? Country western. Okay. A little bit country.
We can give you that. Rick James, ain't he country?
No.
That boy Travis. Jay Brown.
Yeah, that boy Travis is good.
Yeah, good country. Man Travis.
Good in country.
Yeah, I know him. He live down the street.
I love you forever and ever. Boy, go ahead. You know that, boy. As long as old men sit and talk about the weather. Women, huh? As long as old women sit and talk about old men. Yeah. If you're wondering how long Donna be faithful. Uh-huh. Just listen, I'll tell you again.
Oh, you told me once. Now go on.
'Cause I'm gonna love you forever and ever. Forever and ever. Amen. One more time.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm gonna love you forever and ever. Forever and ever. One more time. Forever and ever. One more time. Forever and ever. Amen.
Woo-woo. Way to go, boys. Air Patrol in the house. Way to go, fellas. Did a great job. Predator, you got your hands full. But guess what? It's not up to us. It's up to you. We need your help once again in picking a winner. If you want to vote for Willie, it's 1-900-273-0040 or 1-900-273-0041 for Air Patrol. For Willie, it's 1-900-273-0040 or for Air Patrol, 1-900-273-0041. And it is only 50 cents to make a call.
Wake up, hey Canada, wake up, today is our McCain Day.
What's the secret of McCain's rich-tasting juice? More oranges. McCain concentrates the juice of more oranges into every can. More than Minute Maid, more than Old South. So you have a special reason to buy McCain.
You bet I do.
It's like an extra squeeze of juice in every glass. So compared to Minute Maid and Old South, you have an extra reason to drink McCain.
You bet I do.
Wake up to McCain.
It started quietly for the Eskimos. A Sean Fleming field goal from 46 yards out. That made it 3-0 Edmonton early in the first quarter. They struck for a major. Tracy Ham on the 26-yard run. 10-0 Edmonton, still in the first. Early second, Fleming again, this time from 17 yards out. 13-0 Edmonton. And then Jim Sandusky on the 39-yard reception. 20-0 Edmonton midway through the second quarter. The Bombers got that back as Gerald Alphin hauled one in from 14 yards out from Matt Dunnigan, cutting the lead to 13. But then it was Tom Mickey to Craig Ellis, a 15-yard touchdown, 27-7 Edmonton, and that's where we stand now. So Tom Mickey may be the man in the second half as the Eskimos take the look at the injured Tracy Ham. We'll have an update on Ham's condition and more when we return to Commonwealth Stadium and the CFL Game of the Week.
At Commonwealth at halftime, 325 total yards for Edmonton, including 259 through the air. Blue Bombers in a little trouble, trailing by 20 points at halftime as Winnipeg gets set to kick off to the Eskimos. 27-7. Troy Westwood ready to get the second half underway. Short kick. Taken by Johnstone, number 83. 17-yard return after a 50-yard kickoff.
So Tom Mickey will definitely start this second half. On his only series in the first half, he took them down to a touchdown pass for Greg Ellis.
He's been perfect so far, Lee. 4 for 4, 80 yards in the touchdown. Tom Mickey. So he starts off the second half with Henry Williams flanked to the near side. 3 receivers far side of the field. Mickey shifting into the shotgun formation. Firing deep. Sandusky open. Sandusky touchdown. He was 20 yards in behind the cover when Mickey spotted him. 68 yards for the touchdown. Great way to start the second half.
Looks pretty easy for Tom Mickey, but it's only easy when you get good protection. He got that to find Jim Sandusky deep downfield. Lorenzo Baker, watch initially, a block by Brian Walling. Now, boom, blocked by Michael Souls, takes him to the turf, and now that allows Mickey here. You're going to get a great look at it. Once Lorenzo Baker is out of the play, now look at the sightlines for Tom Mickey. He gets to see the whole field and pick out Jim Sandusky, I'll get it out, snuck in behind Rod Hill. You don't see that happen too often, but Tom Mickey, what an easy pass to complete.
2 touchdowns for Jim Sandusky. And the Eskimos rather comfortably in front of the Blue Bombers. It's 34-7 now. 68 yards.
Penalty on the play.
Sandusky has his 9th touchdown of the year. So Mickey is now 5 for 5.
Rough play called against the Bombers.
And 148 yards.
Yellow pages football into the end zone for high school football.
You know, Jim Sandusky at the top of the screen told me tonight the only way he thought he could get deep against Rod Hill was to run a little slant right here, hope that Hill would bite, and then take it up the field. That's exactly what he did. Now, Hill doesn't really overbite on the initial slant. Here he goes to the middle, but as he turns it up, Hill just doesn't react and stay with him, and Sandusky becomes totally free. Mickey reads it, sees it, completes it, and for Jim Sandusky, his second touchdown of the night. But, you know, Hill keeps that outside shade so much. Sandusky said the only way I can beat him deep is to go up the inside with a little move to the post, and this matchup is no contest at this point.
Not so far with 2 touchdowns for Sandusky.
Look at the
7
yardage.
receptions, 178 yards. Ready for the Eskimo kickoff now. That touchdown on the first offensive sequence of the second half. Lynn James takes it in the end zone, and Dunnigan comes onto the field. 1 more point for the Eskimos. It's 35-7. Gordon.
Some injury updates for you guys. Leon Hatziano has been taken to hospital. The Bombers await the word on him. They suspect fractured elbow. Rod Conop's ankle is getting worse. He will likely not return, with the Eskimos leading now by 28 points. Tracy Ham is the big concern. He has a severely pulled groin. They're trying to treat it in the dressing room right now, but as long as the Eskimos continue to lead by this margin, they likely won't bring him back. They're concerned that this may get worse, maybe tomorrow or the next day.
Well, the Eskimos are certainly in capable hands right now with Tom Mickey. 5 for 5, 148 yards and 2 touchdowns. It's a long way back for Matt Dunnigan.
Yeah, not the way they wanted to start the third quarter, obviously.
Alphen has a catch short of the first down, met by Willie Pless.
Of course, what this does, too, with the touchdown late in the second quarter to Ellis, and now the opening one to Sandusky. 35-7 lead. That Winnipeg defense can afford to drop a little deeper and try and keep all the Bomber receivers in front of them, as Willie Plush just stood there with Gerald Alphin. Let them catch it for the short one and then come up and make the tackle. That's, I'm sure, how they're going to play most of the time.
Gain is 6. 2nd and 4. And the Bombers not quite a first down indicated yet.
And the Bomber team is really not a team that's a good catch-up club. I mean, they trail by 28. That's just not their style. They're not the big play style of offense. They're a grinded-out offense that likes to and is very successful in games that are close to the vest. And, of course, this is not the case now. Matt Dunnigan's going to have to throw the football a lot more than he's accustomed to. I'm not saying that he can't. I'm just saying that this is not the style of football that they like to play offensively.
Warren Hudson came up a yard short, so Cameron comes in. Pretty good average tonight, as always, for Bob Cameron. Across the 25 to get a high kick away. Henry Williams waits for it near the 30. Williams was clotheslined.
Bob Cameron with a 42-yard punt.
Chris Sangaris, number 39. Got an arm out and decked Henry Williams.
That was the proverbial clothesline in pitch dark when you were running through the backyard as a kid. I mean, Williams just, you'll see it here. Here comes 39 out of the picture. There's the arm. I mean, that's a face mask. That should be called.
There was no penalty.
Ball at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, he got the face mask. It looked initially like he just had his arm out. But there is no penalty. 1st and 10. Mickey, far side. Sandusky the catch, lost it. And it's recovered by the Bombers. Picked up by Greg Battle.
Yeah, that's a good call. There's no question Jim Sandusky had possession there on the hitch pass. Rod Hill knocks the ball loose and Battle makes the recovery.
What are they arguing about? Turnover goes to the Blue Bombers. Decent field position at the Eskimo 38. 2 receivers near side. Dunnigan comes this way, then stops and looks deep. Man open, end zone, touchdown! Frank Pillow, number 85. Behind Eddie Thomas. Dunnigan strikes quickly after the turnover.
Well, the throwback that Matt Dunnigan likes to do so often is roll to the wide side of the field, lull the defense into sleep, and then throw back against the grain. And Frank Pillow, with some outstanding speed, gets in behind. And after the break, I'm going to show you why. Defensive breakdown in the Edmonton secondary.
Marker is down on the convert. Pillow, no catches last week for the Blue Bombers in a win against the Calgary Stampeders.
And what did I just say about Winnipeg not being a big play offense to get back in this game? Ha-ha, they
looked
beat
like
me.
a big play.
That was a huge play.
First CFL TD for Frank Pillow, and the Bombers closed within 35-14.
We believe the last thing the world needs is another car, so we built one, the Nissan Altima. Because we knew we could build a car we could live with. A car as safe for those who would drive it as those who would not. And because we believe your money has the right to go far. The new Nissan Altima, built for the human race.
Edmonton gets caught in a 3-deep zone. Here are the responsibilities, middle safety there, corner here. You take a third. Now, erase it quick. Enos Jackson's supposed to have that deep third. He gets concerned with Crefo in here, and Pillow just sneaks right down the field behind him. A mental error by Enos Jackson. You cannot, when you have that deep third in the zone, let anybody get in behind you. It's not Eddie Thomas's fault. It's Enos Jackson. He's supposed to be back in that deep third coverage. He got caught up inside. Pillow went by him. Thanks you very much. Easy touchdown.
Lots of time to go. Just nicely into the third quarter at Commonwealth in Edmonton. What a great night for football. A marker down on the kickoff. We'll see how the return goes for Darryl Colbert. He's out across the 30 to the 32. Sangus leading the tacklers. 19-yard return, 57-yard kickoff.
Chris Garrett and Ron Buckler shooting up to the top of Winnipeg.
Well, a perfect night for Tom Mickey so far. 6 for 6, 155 yards.
And a penalty marker down.
Penalty marker went down right at the kickoff. Here's the call.
Offside. Winnipeg, 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
Offside, the call against the Bombers.
So the Eskimos will ask Winnipeg to kick over and try and get a little better field position. Ron Lancaster looking back to last week and thinking about an 18-point lead as Eskimos had in the fourth quarter against Hamilton. So I'm sure he is not allowing any let-up on the bench at this early stage of the third quarter.
Well, I'm sure the intensity level of the Eskimos is going to be a lot greater in the fourth quarter this week than it was last week.
See if the Eskimo return turns out a little bit better this time as Colbert gets out near the 45.
Sean Fleming with a 55-yard kickoff. Darryl Colbert.
24-yard return, 55-yard kickoff, and slightly better field position for the Eskimos as Vaughn Booker led the Bomber tacklers that time. Tomorrow on TSN, the Tigers at Toronto. 2:55 Eastern Daylight Time. The Jays have a chance to clinch tomorrow afternoon, depending on the results of what happens tonight. With Milwaukee at Oakland, if Oakland wins, the Jays will clinch this evening. Mickey intended that for Michael Souls.
Sean Mickey's pass intended for Michael Souls goes incomplete. Penalty on the play.
There was a penalty marker down back at the line of scrimmage.
Holding, Edmonton number 53, first down repeated.
20 Eskimos ball on 34.
Mike Dumaresk caught for holding that time. He's filling in along the offensive line for the injured Rod Conop. Dumaresk at a tackle spot. And Dermott has moved to center for the Eskimos. Mickey over the middle. Does he have his man? Another marker down. Craig Ellis.
Over the middle with Craig Ellis.
On 1st and 20.
Penalty marker down.
If the reception stands, Ellis is about halfway there. .34 to go in the third quarter with the Eskimos in front of the Bombers, 35-14.
Forward pass interference, offense, Edmonton number 87, first down repeated.
Jay Christensen. So it'll be first down and a bigger bunch now as Christensen comes off. First down and 30 to go for the Eskimos. Now back just inside the 25. Mickey back against the flow, looking for Henry Williams. Jump ball. And Williams couldn't leap higher than Donald Smith that time.
Well, I think that's a pretty good call. Second and first and 30. I mean, not too many plays in the playbooks I've seen that you have for that situation. So take a couple of long shots at it. The worst thing that can happen, it gets picked off. It's as good as a punt. No chance for Williams to get up over the top of Donald Smith. He had perfect position.
This will be 2nd and 30. Mickey from the shotgun. Standing in. And he has his man short of the first down. Number 74, J.J. Celestine made the catch.
Pickup on the play. Donald Smith making the tackle for the Bombers.
He's a rookie out of Cal State Fullerton.
I'm sure it's a little more yardage than the Bomber defense wanted to give up, but they did the necessary thing. They kept the receivers in front of them, and on a 2nd and 30, they complete the pass, but of course they forced Edmonton to punt and get the ball back, trailing by 21 points here in the 3rd quarter. Boy, for Tom Mickey, I mean, a good job to get a lot of that yardage back, so at least when Harper comes in, you know, they've reestablished some kind of good field position.
Harper standing near his 35. He's had a good night punting the ball. Big charge is on Harper this time. High kick. Taken by Lynn James, or no play for Lynn James. So Harper does his job and pins the Bombers deep in their zone near the 11. No return on a 50-yard punt by Glenn Harper, who smiles on the Eskimo sidelines after that punt. And the Eskimos lead at this stage.
Make it fast, Joey.
Wendell Clark.
Joey, where are you already?
Good book, eh?
Yeah.
Well, happy anniversary, Leaf. The 100th game televised on TSN. You and I together since 1987. How have the Eskimos done? Not badly on this network. 11-5. Bombers, well, not quite as fortunate.
They may cringe when they see the future schedule. Any road games weren't doing of theirs, but
it's the Bombers on the road, though. They're in a little trouble here tonight, but Dunnigan has battled back a couple of times when it looked even more bleak than it does right now. 35-14. Dunnigan on first down, deep in his own zone. Man wide open. Richardson has the first down. And yards to spare as Richardson gets out near the 45. Big play. Stopped by Dan Murphy. Trent Brown, I should say, number 28, and Larry Ruck. 35 yards.
And a great play against a very active linebacker core like Larry Ruck and Willie Pless. When they drop off, sneak Richardson across the grain underneath them and allow him to use his great running instincts that he has. And all of a sudden, a team backed up. They are out of trouble in a hurry.
Bombers now at the 45-yard line. Dunnigan to his right. Gets some pressure down the sidelines. Picked off. As the Eskimos have possession once more. Willie Pless. 3rd interception of the season for Willie Pless.
Well, Willie Pless gets such a deep drop on this pass play. He's looking for Gerald Alphin and just simply doesn't see Willie Pless. Sometimes the defensive guy can be right in front of you. You just get that tunnel vision, and you know the quarterback doesn't see you through it right into the arms of Willie Pless. But to his credit, he's in the right place at the right time, and he comes up with his 3rd interception of the year. Already has 1 interception for a touchdown. What a year he is having.
2-2 and turnovers. 1st and 10 for the Eskimos inside the Winnipeg 50. Williams down the sidelines. He makes the catch. Henry Williams has had a good night against number 19, Donald Smith.
And Henry Williams does something as well or better than any other receiver in the league. Watch as he comes downfield on Donald Smith. He will get the inside position on Smith and shield him with his back. Now, Smith never has a chance to react into the football. He comes over the top and will work back into the outside. Now watch how he shields Smith off. He is excellent at doing that, and he makes some great catches in the process.
33 for the Giz. First down. Sandusky makes the catch. Stopped short of the 5-yard line around the 7. Kyle Hall made the tackle. The gain about 7 yards.
You know, you see really a difference in style between Tom Mickey and Tracy Ham. Mickey loves the underneath patterns here, and watch Jay Christensen will clear out. Souls clears out. Here comes Sandusky right underneath here. It's a little bit of a shield pattern, but Tom Mickey loves this one. Tracy Ham, on the other hand, he doesn't like this pattern as much, but boy, you see the different styles in the two quarterbacks.
2nd down and 3 for the Eskimos, set up at the Winnipeg 7. Mickey to the end zone. Sandusky, the intended receiver, and it was tipped. Tipped by Greg Battle.
Greg Battle with the tip in the end zone.
But Tom Mickey was really lucky there. He forced that ball into Jim Sandusky. He had Jay Christensen open in the flat, but you know, I think he really wanted to get his buddy one more touchdown to that great night that Sandusky's had, but he was lucky that Battle didn't pick that thing up.
So it could have been worse. The interception sets up a field goal try by Sean Fleming. Perfect so far tonight. Definitely within range at about the 15. 3 more for the Eskimos.
Not bad for Tom Mickey, though. I think 3 possessions and 17 points. I don't think you can ask for much more than that.
38-14 for the Eskimos now. Just when it looked like Dunnigan had the Blue Bombers rolling a little bit, the interception by Willie Pless. .47 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Objection or conduct. Edmonton number 50. 1st down Winnipeg.
That's Blake Dermott. So the Bombers will start out near the 45.
Objectionable conduct to call. Bombers scrimmaging 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line.
Dunnigan has a long way to get the Bombers back, and he looks long along the sideline. Penalty marker is down.
Matt Dunnigan's pass intended for Larry Thompson.
Pass was intended for Larry Thompson.
Eddie Thomas covering for the Eskimos.
Thomas was covering.
Now, there's no question when the ball was in the air, Eddie Lee Thomas got very physical with Larry Thompson, would not allow him back to the inside and created the contact. It wasn't incidental contact. It was intentional. Boy, they're going to call that every time.
Forward pass interference. Edmonton number 17. Deliberate. 1st down at point of foul. Winnipeg 1st down.
See
and the point of foul is about the 33.
You see Ken Lazarick, the head referee, said deliberate. When it's deliberate, it goes to the point of foul. When it's incidental contact, as it was on an earlier one, it's just a 10-yard penalty. That's the difference.
1st and 10 for Dunnigan and the Bombers. He has time. He has a man open. Picked off in the end zone. Elfin, the intended receiver. Damian Lyons grabbed it in the end zone. That's interception number 8 for Damian Lyons.
Trying to hit Gerald Elfin, and the ball simply overthrown. Now Lyons becomes a receiver. He's got the play on the football. That's like a touchdown catch for him. And boy, he has his 8th on a pretty impressive rookie season. Well, he played a couple of games last year, but to me, he's still a rookie.
2 games in 91. Puts him up near the top of the interceptors in the CFL. He was in 2nd spot coming into tonight. And I think Les Brown leads the way, doesn't he, Lee?
Les Brown's got 9, and Damian Allens is right behind him. Damian Lyons, rather, is right behind him with 8.
Tom Mickey handing out to Brian Walling. Walling gets across the 30-yard line.
Greg Battle got in his way. Darryl Sampson helping out for the Bombers. Penalty marking down.
And another penalty flag is down. 6:41 to go, 3rd quarter. Eskimos in front, 38-14. Ken Lazarick again.
Major foul. Face mask. Winnipeg number 34. 1st down Edmonton.
Greg Battle got caught this time.
Well, you'll see Greg Battle makes the tackle right there, and on the way down, tough to see, but we'll trust Ken Lazarick on that one.
From the 36, Tom Mickey and the Eskimos are 1st and 10. Good fake to Walling. Mickey to his right. Can't hook up with Jay Christensen. Daryl Sampson was covering.
In the direction of Jay Christensen.
Tom Mickey hasn't missed many tonight.
Well, since he has come in relief of Tracy Ham, who left the game with a pulled groin, those are his numbers in a very abbreviated playing time. Gosh, about a minute in the second quarter and 8 odd minutes. That's 9 minutes of football. He's put those numbers on the board. That's awfully impressive.
He's facing 2nd and 10 now. And early movement, very early movement. Greg Ellis makes the catch. But he was very early to get off the line of scrimmage is what I was trying to say.
You know, I know what happened. They called his number in the huddle, and Mickey probably called something that Ellis knew he was going to get it on the post, and he said, ha-ha, they're coming to me. I'm going to get a good jump.
Offside. Edmonton number 33. Second down repeated.
Yeah, there was no doubt about this. He was at least a yard and a half into the Bomber backfield by the time the ball was snapped.
That's too bad. He ran a nice pass pattern and made that catch, but all for naught.
This will be 2nd and 15. The Eskimos back at the 41 now. Williams to the near side. Mickey from the shotgun. All kinds of time. Almost picked off, intending it for Sandusky. Coverage by Rod Hill.
And Rod Hill has seen that pattern a number of times tonight, and no question on this one. He reacts a lot better to it. Winnipeg only rushing 4 people, dropping 8 back, and the lanes get really squeezed down when you've got 8 people covering. And watch Rod Hill. Little grab right there to regain some momentum, and gets in and gets the ball knocked away.
So Rod Hill, who has given up a couple tonight, gets one back there and forces the Eskimos into a kicking situation with Harper standing at his 25. 5:25 to go, third quarter. Edmonton in front, 38-14. High kick for Harper. Bouncing near the 25. Markers go down as Jakovic falls on it. Dwayne Odom was there covering for the Eskimos. No return, 37-yard kick. There are the numbers. The Eskimos lead by a bunch.
Wait! I'm having a snack attack!
Captain Nibbler, to the rescue! With cheese nibblers from McCain, the delicious, nutritious snack that satisfies your sudden hunger as only the taste of real cheese can.
We're having a snack attack!
McCain makes nibblers from cheddar, mozzarella, Montreal, marble cheese, and convenient single snacks and multi-packs. So when you feel a snack attack coming on, grab a McCain cheese nibbler. Now available in pizza and nachos.
Welcome back to Commonwealth in Edmonton, where the Eskimos lead the Blue Bombers 38-14. Perfect night for football. And following tonight's game, the turning point will be brought to you by Apple Auto Glass.
Some things in life are perfectly clear. Repairing your windshield instead of replacing it makes sense. An unrepaired windshield becomes 50 pounds of unrecyclable garbage. Let Apple repair that stone chip and do your part for the environment.
A win for the Jays tonight. They'll get a chance to clinch tomorrow, or perhaps later this evening. You'll see the game tomorrow at 2:55. And if things are continuing in Milwaukee, or in Oakland, I should say, between the Brewers and the A's following this game, we'll send you there to see the completion of what could be the clinching game for the Jays. What do you think? Brewers win tonight? They have to, don't they, to stay alive?
It's all over if they don't. Benny Goods gets some pressure here on Matt Dunnigan. Now, ideally on the screenplay, you want a defensive lineman to get the penetration, but not that quickly. I mean, you have to slow him up just enough, and that play never had a chance to succeed.
2nd and 10 for Dunnigan and the Bombers now. Intended for Rob Crefo, I do believe. He was the closest Bomber receiver to it. Enos Jackson was covering him. So Dunnigan trots out with 4:36 to go, third quarter.
Yeah, and the problem for Matt Dunnigan right now is the Eskimo defense with a big lead. Their linebackers, and I'm talking about Pless and Ruck, who else, are getting tremendously deep drops. So when you're throwing a hook to your inside receivers, that means you have to throw the ball higher than you normally want to. And even a 6'6" guy like Rob Grifo had no chance to bring that down. But I think Matt Dunnigan's going to have to go underneath that linebacker coverage, and that's a tough thing to do when you trail by as many points, 24.
Cameron, another deep kick. Henry Williams waiting near the 15. Not much room for Williams that time. Well covered by Bombers special teams. And with 4:13 to go, the Eskimos take over again. 38-14, Edmonton leading. 48-yard punt for Cameron, just above his average. 4-yard return. Tom Mickey in relief of Tracy Ham, who was injured late in the first half. Mickey hasn't skipped a beat, and Ham had a great evening going himself. Henry Williams comes to the near side. Sandusky flanks to the top of your screen. Sandusky gets the call. Beats one tackler. He'll have a first down. Sandusky is roaring tonight.
Sandusky slips sliding away for a first down.
Good block by Jay Christensen.
Well, Jim Sandusky has used his entire arsenal tonight. He's got the long bomb for a touchdown. He's got the middle range ins, and now he catches the quick hitch and with some shifty moves there, gets around Rod Hill initially, Darrell Sampson, and Kyle Hall, and picks up a first down with his efforts. He has thrown everything at that Winnipeg secondary tonight.
Mickey slipped and was nailed. Greg Battle, number 34, was right there.
And I'm sure Tom Mickey's going to see a lot more of Greg Battle, as we only have 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. And for the Bombers to have a hope of getting back in this game, they really are going to have to create some confusion with their defense on the field, blitzing Tom Mickey. Now, the good news for Winnipeg is that Mickey is not a scrambler. He is not a runner, so he's going to be a stationary target. And how about Sandusky? 10 catches, 204, and 2 TDs.
Western All-Star last year. Former BC Lion. Second in a bunch. Sandusky got a bit back, but he'll be short of the first down. More for Sandusky's total, but the Eskimos will have to kick it away.
One of the few times that Rod Hill takes an inside position on Sandusky, and that allows him to make an easy break to the outside. And, you know, although they don't pick up the first down, Tom Mickey did the smart thing. Easy pass to complete. They get some yardage back, and I guess the best thing at this point in time for them is just not to create a turnover and give Winnipeg an easy score.
Both kickers have had a pretty good evening tonight. Here's Glenn Harper. Standing near his 17. 2:13 to go, third quarter. High kick. Taken at the 35. Lynn James. Good hit. 4-yard return is Larry Ruck. Number 47 led the Eskimo tacklers.
Dan Murphy, the big hit for the Eskimos.
He plays a great game every night.
Yes, he does, and you can hear that hit collision, helmet to helmet, all the way up here in the press box. And you know, Larry Ruck will not probably get the nomination as outstanding defensive player for the Eskimos this year. Willie Pless, I'm sure, will get that, but he is such a close second. It's unbelievable. He has played awesome football.
Dunnigan from the 38, the option play. Richardson has the first down. Michael Richardson out near midfield at the 55. Forced out by Willie Pless.
Get a first down for the Bombers. Eddie Thomas and the Terminator finally pushing Richardson out of bounds.
Watch the game they play with Dwayne Odom here as Dunnigan comes down the line. Now, if Odom takes Dunnigan, he pitches the ball. If Odom had gone out here, Dunnigan goes up the middle, but it's a one-on-one game. You play with the linebacker here. Okay, Odom can't do anything right. If he takes Dunnigan as he did, they pitch it, and Richardson gets the good gain.
From midfield, the pitch. to Michael Richardson. He breaks one tackle. That's another Winnipeg first down. Benny Goods made the tackle that time, number 40 for the Eskimos.
A 10-yard pickup on the play.
Picking on Dwayne Odom right here. This time it's Warren Hudson, 37, coming out, and he stands Odom up, doesn't let him get any penetration. Bob Molly leading around the corner, and give Matt Dunnigan and his offense credit. I mean, they are sticking to their game plan. They're 24 points behind with a full quarter remaining, and they're being about as patient as they possibly can.
From the 45, Richardson gets the call again.
Richardson again on the ground.
At about the 41.
Stephen Jordan finishing up the tackle. Willie Pless with the initial hit for the Eskimos.
34 seconds to go, third quarter, with the Eskimos up 38-14. Gain is 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 Bombers. Winnipeg at 6-6 coming into this game. The Eskimos at 7-5. Edmonton trying to move into a first-place tie with the Stampeders. This is done again on 2nd and 6. Richardson. He'll score. Michael Richardson. 41 yards. Penalty marker in the end zone.
Now, what do you think's going through Ron Lancaster's mind right now? Big lead once again. And the Winnipeg Blue Bombers chipping away ever so slightly, but as we wind down this third quarter, they are back in this football game. I'm going to call roughing, I believe, on Enos Jackson at the end of that play. He knocked Richardson down, but Dunnigan, the old throwback again. They've used that very successfully tonight, and there he comes back. Richardson sneaks across the field, and the linebacker's getting that deep drop. It's a perfect call. Second time they've completed this pass, and this time with tremendous results. Now just at the end there, maybe that's Trent Brown that gets called for the roughing.
Bombers close within 7 more. Still a long way back at 38-21. 41-yard touchdown. Matt Dunnigan to Michael Richardson.
Well, last week did the Eskimos not have a 16-point lead in the fourth quarter? This week it's 17 points. So, Michael Richardson with a great catch and run, and the Bombers breathe a little new life on the sidelines.
And Richardson did almost everything for the Bombers on that last drive, including the 41-yard touchdown.
So the 15-yard roughing penalty on Trent Brown will be added on to the kickoff, and from the 50-yard line, you know, the Bombers, if they elect to, could try a short kick at this point. And I think Ron Lancaster's saying, hey, you know, that was a pretty cheap call there. One of your guys blocked Trent Brown into him to get the roughing play. So
an impressive scoring drive for Dunnigan. 4 plays to cover 71 yards. And the kickoff into the end zone. Single point will be conceded. 38-22 now. Michael Richardson's great week last week. Good night tonight.
63-yard single by the Bombers.
Well, I would think he might be a little nervous on the sidelines, Mr. Lancaster.
Well, you know, the fourth quarter has been very unkind to the Eskimos this year. It's their worst quarter as a team, and I'm not just referring to last week where they lost a big lead and ended up losing the game, but traditionally on the entire 12 games that they have played so far, the fourth quarter is their worst, strangely enough.
This should be the last play of the third quarter. Walling carries for the Eskimos. He's near the 40. Stopped by Michael Gray. Lots of football ahead. Come back and join us at Commonwealth.
Hey, can you give me a ride? My car's in the shop. Yeah? Yep. Thanks for the lift.
Good to
its 5-cylinder, 176 horsepower engine, anti-lock brakes, and dual airbags. There's only one time the Acura Vigor isn't up there with the competition.
$1,500 for what?
Well. And we'll send you on to Oakland after we complete the final quarter here in Edmonton. On 2nd and 5, the Eskimos convert. Christensen makes the catch. It'll be a first down. First play of the fourth quarter. Darrell Sampson ends it after a 12-yard gain with a tackle for Winnipeg.
Good hands by Jay Christensen on the out pattern, and of course when you're trying to hold a lead, what you'd like to do is to play some ball control on offense, kick down that clock as we begin the fourth quarter, and well, that's the way you can do it with that short passing game.
1st and 10 for the Eskimos. Mickey goes to the Giz. Henry Williams breaks one tackle. He has the first down. Caught by Paul Randolph.
Tom Mickey again fights his way for a first down.
You talked about how important it would be for the Eskimo offense to get the ball to the Giz.
Well, this is his 4th reception tonight, and I honestly believe, you know, he has to catch the ball about 4 times a game. Now, coming into tonight's contest, 25 receptions in 12 games. That's just not enough for a guy who can be a big weapon. Now, tonight, 4 catches, 99 yards, and some big plays.
1st and 10 for the Eskimos inside the 45 of Winnipeg. Mickey looked to stand in and throw, and there was nowhere to go.
And, of course, the great difference between having a Tom Mickey and a Tracy Ham in the lineup is just that. He does not have the ability to get outside and run with the football. The Winnipeg Blue Bomber defense realizes that. They know they're going to have a much more stationary target to pass rush. Now, there's Tracy Ham on the sidelines. What Tom Mickey has to do, though, he's capable of doing the sprint outs and the rollouts. I mean, that is not a lot of running ability, but he has to do that to try and move the pocket around and not be a stationary target all the time.
2nd and 14. Mickey to his right, throwing for Sandusky and well over Sandusky's head.
But at least he did the right thing. He moved the pocket. He went to the sprint out. Now, Lorenzo Baker, number 3, did a tremendous job to get upfield and fight the block to get in and put pressure on him. But for Mickey, it was a good call. He didn't complete it, but it was the right thing to do.
Well, here is the Eskimo receiving story tonight. Everyone's been involved. Talked about Williams, but Sandusky, 217 yards. Jay Christensen making his first start for the Eskimos with 69. Craig Ellis, 25 yards and a touchdown. Sandusky has 2. Early in the fourth quarter at Commonwealth in Edmonton. Harper, not a deep kick away off the side of his foot. Bouncing inside the 5-yard line. The result is decent for the Eskimos. Mike McLean leading the Eskimo tacklers, a 5-yard return after a 45-yard punt. We'll continue from Commonwealth after this. Who's doing Tracy Ham?
Are you ready for a challenge? Have a little fun and help others at the same time? Then join the thousands of people across the country who are riding to fight multiple sclerosis. The MS 150 Bike Tour. It's challenging, it's fun, and it's a great way to feel good about yourself. For more information, contact your local MS Society.
Back at Commonwealth Stadium with injured Eskimo quarterback Tracy Ham. Tracy, we understand it's a pulled groin. How bad is it?
Well, it's just bad enough to keep me out of the game. I think I'll be okay for next week. Just take it day by day and try and get healthy. We're coming down the stretch, so I really don't want to rush anything, but I think I'll be able to play next week, though.
Even before you left, you'd have to say this is one of the best offensive performances this football team's had this year.
Well, our back's against the wall somewhat. If you listen to what people are saying, We're only one game out of first place, so we felt like we were in good position. Our defense been playing well over the last few weeks. Offensively, we've sputtered, but I felt that we were okay. We just had to iron out a couple wrinkles, and I felt we'd be okay, and we seemed to iron them out tonight.
Did you feel you had something to prove tonight?
Well, no, I just got to go out and play good, solid football. I'm not really concerned about what's going to be said or what's said about me. That's the quarterbacking position. If you're winning, you're great. If you're losing, you're awful, and that goes along with the position. And I wasn't playing well.
All right, you're winning. Congratulations and a speedy recovery.
Was I talking too much then, Gordon?
No, you were fine, Tracy.
Perfect timing, because we're back for Dunnigan's first down pass. Off target. Intended for Larry Thompson, number 81.
All right, Tracy Ham is oh so right. The quarterback gets the accolades when things are going well, and when it's not, you're the focal point for criticism.
You get the big bucks too, though, Lee.
Yep. Oh, hey, he said it perfectly. It comes with the territory. They expect it. They understand it. They don't always like it. No. But they understand it.
Second and 10. Dunnigan can't find a receiver. Can he get the first down? Dunnigan lost the ball. And let's see where they spot it. He's about a yard short.
At least. They'll spot it where the ball went out of bounds, not Matt Dunnigan. I think he's going to come up at least a couple short. Looked as though he would have been able to pick up the first down, and for some reason maybe decided that he would change hands and protect the ball a little better as he felt the pressure of Dwayne Odom coming. But that's a costly error, as they will now have to give up the football.
Third and about a yard. Dunnigan wants to go for it.
I think he just talked the coach into it. He's saying, give me a measurement so I can stall for time, but I'll be surprised if Ken Lazarick will give him a measurement.
12:01 to go, fourth quarter. Coach Urban Bowman.
Now this is where you can run into problems. There's total confusion. What are we going to do? You're at a crucial state in the ball game. 11:50 to go. You trail by 16. All of a sudden now you're scrambling around trying to take a third down gamble deep in your own territory. This is the kind of situation that can kill you.
Should be enough for the first down, though. It pays off for Winnipeg. 38-22.
Boy, did they do a nice job. Dave Vancona, the center, and Bob Molly, the left guard, did a tremendous job getting off the football to let Dunnigan pick up that first down. And boy, this is crucial now. They can't afford to make any mistakes.
Dunnigan, a deep drop. Now he has to get out of there. Throwing on the run. Has Richardson. Richardson broke one tackle. Has about 6 yards on first down.
8 yards on the play.
Stopped by Willie Pless, who seems to be just about everywhere.
I was watching you. I can't see it.
He is everywhere. I mean, Willie Pless, boy, if they stop the league right now, the season, he would be my vote for Defensive Player of the Year in the Western Conference. He chases Richardson across the field, and finally will catch up Stephen Jordan as well.
10:55 to go, fourth quarter. The Eskimos lead it 38-22. Benny Good slightly shaken up on the previous play. He'll head to the bench for at least a play. They mark Richardson's gain at 8. And Hudson carries. He'll be very close to the first down.
And it is a first down for Bombers.
Bombers won the previous meeting between these two teams in 1992, 51-32, back in week 3. No catch. Frank Pillow, the intended receiver, number 85.
He should have had it. In the situations now where every play becomes more and more crucial as the time ticks off the clock, and you know you need to make the big plays, and I think that's a ball Pillow should have caught. Urban Bowman knows that, and his offense is at crunch time here. They cannot afford mistakes, as we've said.
This is Pillow's 5th start tonight. He was with the Lions of Detroit in '91 and Tampa in 1990. Dunnigan on 2nd and 10. He's back in a hurry, has time to get it away. Richardson made the catch, but he stopped well short of a first down. Leroy Blue, number 89, on Michael Richardson.
And the next one it was, 4-yard pickup. Far short of a first down. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Bombers.
Okay, oh!
9:55 to go.
Well, this is what the Edmonton defense will do to you in a 2nd and long situation, and sit back and play zone defense. And here's Leroy Blue. He normally rushes, but he's going to drop off. Linebackers all drop off, so Richardson comes out here, and he really has no place to go once the reception is made. It's great coverage downfield and reaction by the linebackers. Leroy Blue up with the hit.
Cameron's kick is high. Taken at the 30 by Henry Williams. Williams finds some room. Can he get to the far side? Slowed down. Stopped near the 36. Paul Randolph.
He's king of the lake.
Brendan Rodgers, Warren Hudson around Henry Williams that time. 6-yard return. There's a penalty marker down.
Long-time Mr. Bob Beulah celebrating birthday number 57.
Who's trying to restrain who, Leaf?
Well, Mike McLean and Brendan Rodgers really got into it. Actually, it's not Brendan Rodgers.
Guys, this goes back to what happened to Henry Williams in the first half. The Eskimos felt that Sangaris had gone after the Gizmo with a spear. On that last play, Mike McLean, the Eskimo backup linebacker, went after Chris Sangaris, and Sangaris thought McLean was trying to hurt him, and now you see Urban Bowman really trying to restrain him. Sangaris wanted to take on the entire Edmonton bench, but it goes back to what the Eskimos felt was a spear on the Gizmo in the first half.
They march off the yards against the Eskimos. We'll be back to resume with 9:33 to go in the 4th.
It is the single most memorable sporting event in Canadian history. It has been called the Summit on Ice, the Super Series, and the day Canada stood still. Now, you can share the experience forever on video cassette with the 1972 Canada-Russia Hockey Series.
There's a long shot.
Relive the legend of Team Canada and the voice of Foster Hewitt.
Henderson made a wild
Highlights of all 8 games. Exclusive interviews with the players. Your home video collection is not complete without the speed, sight, sound, and the triumph of the 1972 Canada-Russia Hockey Series. Call 1-800-661-1674, only $14.95. This video makes an outstanding gift. Call 1-800-661-1674 now.
15-yard penalty against the Eskimos sets Edmonton up near the 21. Brian Walling cracks off his best run of the night. Stopped by Kyle Hall. Walling had 100 yards last week in a losing cause against Hamilton.
That's Kyle Hall getting in the way of Brian Walling.
First down, Edmonton. At the 33. 9:02 to play, 4th quarter. Edmonton by 16 at 38-22. James West shaken up again. That's the 2nd time that Wild Wild West has been injured tonight.
You know, when you go against a 3-man front, you've got Stan Mikowas playing right on the nose. This is Blake Dermott now. He's taken over for the injured Rod Conop. Now, you're going to get the back that slowly comes through here, but watch Blake Dermott on Stan Mikowas. Watch how he stays with the block. Now, he's going to come back into your picture again. There he is. I mean, he's pushed him 6 yards downfield, and the only way you can run in the middle against a 30 defense is to get a great block on the nose tackle, and boy, Blake Dermott, who's filling in for Rod Conop, did a super job. See, he's moved down to center, and Mike Dumaresk has come in and moved out to the tackle spot that Dermott vacates. But boy, that has to be pleasing to Ron Lancaster. You get into a 4th quarter here, you're trying to protect the lead, and you get your offensive line blocking like that. Well, that is something special.
Eskimos with a first down at the 33. Walling got the call again. He's out near the 40-yard line at about the 39. Bobby Evans made the tackle. 16 points separating the Eskimos and the Blue Bombers. For a while, it looked as though the Eskimos were going to run away and hide. The Bombers have come back to stay in the ball game a couple of times. The Bomber defense has to get the ball back to the offense quickly here now with 8:17 to go in the fourth quarter. On 2nd and 4. Good extra effort. Darrell Sampson made the tackle. Souls has the first down.
I would say so.
Yeah, I'd vote for that. 217 yards and 2 TDs.
He's had a great night.
Sandusky to the near side this time.
Hey, and you know what, Sandusky's credit, he's caught all those passes against Rod Hill, and Rod Hill is one of the better ones.
Wide open. J.J. Celestine. Donald Smith made the tackle. 45 yards the gain. Celestine, a rookie out of Cal State Fullerton.
Of course, he's in giving Henry Williams a bit of a breather, but Donald Smith in a bump and run coverage allows Celestine to get to the inside, and with some great speed, he gets in behind Smith, and a perfectly thrown pass by Tom Mickey. The Edmonton offense has not skipped a beat with Tom Mickey coming in late in the second quarter.
After a 45-yard gain by Celestine, it's 1st and 10. Edmonton at the Bomber 22. Eskimos leading 38-22. Brian Walling caught from behind. A wave of Bomber tacklers there, led by Greg Battle. Looks like about a 2-yard gain.
Paul Randolph in on the tackle as well. A 2-yard gain for the Eskimos. It'll be 2nd and 8 at 3
Eskimos trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. They have lost 4 of their last 5 games, including 3 in a row here at Commonwealth. Something unheard of. Mickey on 2nd and 8. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown. Number 2 for Williams tonight.
Don't they love this guy in Edmonton? He is something else. Henry Williams, a great punt returner, has really honed his skills as a wide receiver. He has worked awfully hard this year to perfect his pass patterns, and that time, super concentration as the hand came up from Donald Smith to make that touchdown reception. And boy, the hard work has paid off for Henry Williams.
5 touchdowns on the season for Henry Williams. It's now 45-22. The Eskimos in front.
Super crisps, super spirals, McCain. What have you done to my fries?
We've spiced them up.
All right.
We've crisped them up. Brilliant. We've even curled them up.
Excellent.
McCain has taken its famous super fries, dipped them in light batter, and surrounded them with bite after bite of crispy, crunchy, super spicy satisfaction. Straight ahead or curled around. Super crisps and super spirals from McCain. You'll love what we've done to your fries.
I mentioned that Henry Williams has really worked hard perfecting his pass patterns this year, and here he is right here. Now watch how he sets up. He wants to end up down here in the corner, so what he does is drive really hard to the inside. That takes Smith here, and then he makes the real hard, sharp break once Donald Smith's hips are turned, and this is textbook. I mean, here's a guy that's worked hard at his craft, and it's paying off. He gets the hips turned around, a perfect throw by Mickey, and great concentration at the end of this play to make the catch. Nicely done.
Good night for Henry Williams and the Eskimo offense. Both quarterbacks have done a job. Tracy Ham in the first half, Tom Mickey in relief after Ham went down with a groin injury. 6:03 to go, fourth quarter. Bobbled by Thompson. No room to the outside. Forced out by Brian Walling. 5-yard return. And another Eskimo scoring drive that moved rather quickly and covered substantial yardage. 5 plays in 89 yards. Henry Williams caught his 5th touchdown pass of the season. Matt Dunnigan, first down, has Frank Pillow. Substantial yardage as he gets out to the 40-yard line. And again, Willie Pless was there.
And Frank Pillow showed me some courage right there. He knew the hit was coming from Stephen Jordan and Leroy Blue right there, but he hung tough and made a real nice catch in some pretty heavy traffic.
Dunnigan to the far side. His receiver is down, and so is a penalty marker. Warren Hudson, number 37, is the intended receiver.
Harry Rucker behind for the Eskimos. Penalty marker down.
Here's the call.
Major foul. Roughing the passer. Edmonton, number 47. First down, Winnipeg.
Larry Ruck on Matt Dunnigan. And the Bombers move out near midfield now.
First and 10 Bombers, ball at the 54.
Grifo was the closest receiver to Dunnigan on that pass.
Really difficult to throw those hooks to the inside receivers. Now the inside and outside linebackers of the Edmonton Eskimos are just squeezing those passing lanes down and making them so small. There's really no room for the receiver to get open or Dunnigan to get the ball into them.
Pillow flanks to the near side. Thompson, far side of the field. Dunnigan throws back against the flow to his running back, Michael Richardson. Richardson is inside the 30.
And that's the same pass play that he scored on.
Enos Jackson made the tackle. 27 yards the game.
30-yard line. Enos Jackson finally making the tackle along with Damian Lyons.
4:34 to go, fourth quarter. Eskimos leading 45-22. Dunnigan goes for the home run toss to Pillow, and he was well off the mark. Pillow drew coverage from Eddie Thomas that time, number 17.
Second and 10 Bombers, ball at the 30.
Dunnigan is down. Leroy Blue, number 89, got to Dunnigan. And Dunnigan shaken up again.
What an effort by Leroy Blue. They were only rushing 4 people there, not outmanned at all, but he just simply beat his block with a vengeance. Came in and made the sack on Matt Dunnigan.
Third down, Dunnigan heads to the sidelines. We'll see if he comes back. Here's the pressure, the sack.
He just runs right through Bob Molly, the guard, pulling out to block him, and well, Matt Dunnigan pays the price for that one. He took a pretty good shot from Leroy Blue on the sack.
5th sack of the season for Leroy Blue, and Dunnigan is being attended to by the Bomber medical staff, while Troy Westwood lines up for a field goal. Spotted at the 47. And Westwood is on target. 45-25 now. Marker down at the line of scrimmage.
Now Nick Benjamin is getting into it with somebody.
feisty little football game at Commonwealth tonight.
Well, there's a lot at stake for both teams. You know, Winnipeg knows the Toronto Argonauts are breathing down their necks, and Toronto's looking at this game with great satisfaction as they move out to Taylor Field tomorrow for their game on Sunday afternoon. And of course, for the Eskimos, a lot of tension surrounding them. They have to break this string of losing and get back in the win column.
Eskimos are 2 back of the Stampeders in second spot in the Western Division right now. Stampeders will host Ottawa on Sunday afternoon.
Major foul, unnecessary roughness. Winnipeg number 68, 15 yards, first down Edmonton.
So after the fact of the field goal, it counts.
First and 10, ball at the 50.
Eskimos begin at the 50-yard line. Into the final 4 minutes now, 3:42 to go. Big run for Brian Walling. He'll have the first down. From the 50 to the Bomber 50. Dunnigan on the Bomber sidelines with a knee problem, it would appear.
Making the tackle for Winnipeg.
Took a hit from Leroy Blue.
Second and inches, Eskimos, ball at the Bomber 50.
Just inches necessary for this Eskimo first down. Mickey himself, and that'll be enough, I'm sure. 3 minutes to go at Commonwealth. The Eskimos out in front of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers by 20. Dunnigan on the sideline. And it's not likely he'll return.
The Eskimos are on the road next Saturday, October.
Wake up, hey Canada, wake up. Today is on McCain Day.
What's the secret of McCain's rich-tasting juice? More oranges. McCain concentrates the juice of more oranges into every can. More than Minute Maid, more than Old South. So you have a special reason to buy McCain.
You bet I do.
It's like an extra squeeze of juice in every glass. So compared to Minute Maid and Old South, you have an extra reason to drink McCain.
You bet I do.
Wake up to McCain.
Hey, Terminator, you've got another victim. Willie Pless, a contestant at halftime on The Entertainers, taking on Air Patrol from the Argos. It was no contest. Willie Pless, 634 to 323. Congratulations, Terminator.
Well, Willie Pless has had a better night on the football field than he has singing his little ditty at halftime. Number 39, Chris Sangaris of the Blue Bombers, is the focus of some attention down there right now. He's in for James West, rookie season out of Long Beach State. Second-round pick in 1992. He was fired up a while ago, Leaf.
Yes, he was. He and Mike McLean were having a little tussle, so we're going to maybe have a look at Chris Sangaris and see exactly what he's up to here.
2:54 to go, fourth quarter. The Eskimos trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. And they're in control of things right now with a first down at the Winnipeg 50 and a 20-point lead on the Blue Bombers. Tom Mickey in at quarterback for Tracy Ham, who didn't quite last the first half. Brian Walling slashes off left tackle.
Brian Walling carrying left side.
Greg Battle in on the tackle, number 34.
8 of 4 yards on the play.
Well, the Jays won earlier tonight, and following our telecast in Edmonton, we'll send you out to Oakland to see how the Brewers and the A's are doing. Currently 1-1 in the 7th inning there. The Brewers lost tonight, and the Jays clinched the American League East. 2:19 to go. Mickey shotgun. He'll have a first down. Jay Christensen in front of Bobby Evans. We'll catch the high-powered Eskimos again next Saturday night against the Argos at Skydome. And then send you off to BC Place for the Stampeders and the BC Lions. TSN doubleheader next Saturday night. Hard-hitting football game here at Commonwealth. 1st and 10 for the Eskimos. Walling gets the call. He's out to the 35. Greg Battle again on the tackle. Ron Lancaster taking no chances tonight.
I don't think with 2 minutes remaining they're going to self-destruct and lose a 20-point lead. But
no, I don't think there's any way, but there's a memory of a week ago.
I think they've done a nice job tonight getting back on form. Tracy Ham set the tone of this game early, and the offense has kept the intensity level up through 4 quarters of play tonight, something they haven't been able to do in the last few games.
Tom Mickey for J.J. Celestine.
J.J. Celestine goes high to make the grab.
And that should be a first down.
Donald Smith brought him down.
Nice catch by young J.J. Celestine. Tom Mickey, he has been on target since he took over with about a minute remaining. There are his numbers for just about 2 quarters of play tonight, and for some guys, that's a whole game's worth.
Add to that, 179 yards passing for Tracy Ham. A lot of yardage. 45 points for the Eskimos so far. And with 1:22 to go, there's a chance to add more. Michael Souls stopped near the 25. The ball loose after the whistle had gone. We may have to leave you without too much ado, so thank you to the people who have helped make this telecast possible. Barry Deller, our producer Keith Pelly, our able director Rick Chisholm, isolation director Brian Sobey, the one and only Maury Jackson, coordinator George Cootie, and the rest of the technical crew here at Commonwealth tonight. Mickey on 2nd and 9. He's running. Safe.
It's our pal Sangaris. He gave him a good shot there at the end.
Tom Mickey, not a noted runner.
Yeah, here's Chris Sangaris. He's had a thing going for everybody tonight, and at the end of this play, as Mickey's down, sticks the head in there and gets up, and if we can let it roll a little further, no, I guess we can't. He's going to give a little salute to the Edmonton bench as well. He doesn't really care who it is, as long as it's in a green jersey, he's at war.
48 seconds to go at Commonwealth. Eskimos definitely back on form tonight. They've got Mike McLean in on offense.
Yeah, he was looking for Sangaris over the top of the pile.
He didn't get him.
Now, do you think Mike McLean's looking for anybody in particular right here? Now, here he is in the full house backfield. Here the guys go. He's going to take a running leap, and I'll guarantee you he's looking for number 39, Chris Sangaris of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Now, check this one out. Here he gets airborne. Boom. Now, he didn't get much of a shot on Sangaris, but that's who he was looking for.
Sangaris says you didn't even touch me. Eskimos on the verge of their 8th win of this 1992 CFL season in week 13. And a temporary tie with the Calgary Stampeders atop the Western Division. 15 seconds on the clock as time runs down on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Of course, the fans here in Edmonton want them to try and put some more points on the board, but I think this is nice. It's a classy move.
45 is likely enough tonight.
Yes, just let the clock run down and savor that victory and stop an end to a losing streak here in Commonwealth.
That'll be Ron Lancaster's 20th win as the head coach of the Edmonton Eskimos through a season and 13 games. Lancaster and Bowman shaking hands. Bomber win streak snapped at 1 game. And the Eskimo losing streak ends at 3. Overall, a great offensive display by the Edmonton Eskimos. And a 45-25 victory over the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
A&P and Dominion would like to congratulate all of our baseball magic winners of a trip for 2 to Walt Disney World Resort, courtesy of Canadian Holidays. We would also like to congratulate other winners of a Texas Instruments electronic organizer, Macassar's Arabella Dinnerware, Ryobi Workforce Power Tools, Dirt Devil Vacuums from Royal Appliance, Sunbeam's It's So Easy Gas Grill, Sega Genesis Video Game System from Irwin Toys, the Best of Tefal, or a Granite Pass Bicycle from Huffy.
Time now for the TSN Turning Point, brought to you by Apple Auto Glass. First half, Tom Mickey replacing the injured Tracy Ham. And it doesn't take Mickey long to get the Eskimos going. He goes to Craig Ellis, and the former running back struts his stuff. Ellis on the run, dives to the end zone, puts Edmonton on top 27-7. And that is our TSN Turning Point. A cash donation will be made to the Coaching Association of Canada for the training and development of Canadian coaches in amateur sport. On behalf of TSN and Apple Auto Glass, saves you money on stone-chipped windshield repair. Final score, Edmonton 45, Winnipeg 25. Back with more from Commonwealth Stadium in a moment.
To have any sport right at your fingertips. Just put this in your hand. The Casio Sports Vision Color TV.
The Casio Sports Vision Color TV operates on batteries, optional power supply, or optional car adapter. Built-in features include a brilliant 5.5 centimeter liquid crystal screen, full VHF, UHF channel capability, and separate color, brightness, and volume controls. We'll even include a set of Casio headphones, a $30 value, absolutely free while supplies last.
It's perfect for the sport in your life. The Casio Sports Vision Color TV.
The Casio Sports Vision Color TV and other fine Casio products are available at the Bay, Aventura Electronics, London Drugs, Multitech Warehouse Direct, and other fine retailers. Casio.
The Edmonton Eskimos, 645 total yards, 528 of them through the air. This offense, which had been struggling for a couple of weeks, broke loose. But interestingly enough, the Eskimos did most of their damage with Tom Mickey at quarterback. And Mickey was the quarterback the last time the Eskimos won at Commonwealth Stadium, which raises the question, will there be another quarterbacking controversy in Edmonton? Goodness knows that's the last thing Ron Lancaster needs right now, but what he got that he wanted most was a victory by his football team. It's first in a month and a half in this stadium. And we'll be back to wrap things up from Commonwealth Stadium right after this.
Check the map.
Cancel that order, guys.
Oh, right. Yeah. Let's see. You want a Coke? No, make it a Pepsi. Well, what's the diff? You said that.
The difference is one tastes better.
This one.
You chose Pepsi.
The majority of soft drink users tested prefer the taste of Pepsi over Coke Classic.
You want sausage or pepperoni? What's the dip?
The CFL Game of the Week on TSN has been brought to you by Pepsi. Gotta have it. Next week, a double dipper from TSN. We start at Skydome, the Eskimos and the Argos, 7:30 Eastern Time. And then, the nightcap, the Calgary Stampeders and BC Lions. Jamie Bone and I will be there to call the action from the stadium at BC Place as the Lions try to keep their playoff hopes alive against the first-place Calgary Stampeders. Our final score here at Commonwealth Stadium, Ron Lancaster's Eskimos come up with a much-needed victory, 45-25 over the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. For all of us at TSN, I'm Gord Miller. Good night from Commonwealth Stadium.